Let's see.
We live?
Are we here for the people now?
Are we here
I
for all
don't.
these
Is it? Did it
beautiful
work? It
people?
worked. It's working. It's
Are
good.
we
All right.
here for the people now?
Okay.
Oh,
Are
I
we
can
here
hear
for
I
all
don't.
these
Is it? Did it work?
beautiful
It worked.
people?
It's working. It's
Are
good.
I
All
see it
right.
here for it the looks like people it's now?
Okay.
Working. Oh,
Yeah.
Great. All right. So introductions. Hello, everyone. We are here in the first episode of the Peanut Gallery. Good evening. So
Hello.
hello.
we got some cool people here. We got some cool stories to share. But let's start with introductions. I am Jade Fang. I'm an artist, creator, also comic author. I am the creator of the comic E's for Evil, and in the future, hey, maybe I will also be joining the webtoon contest. Who knows? Well, you guys, let's go with from left to right, whichever what
Okay.
Kalmia. Let's go with you
All
Okay.
now.
right.
Hello, I'm Kelmia. I'm an artist of way too long. I make comics and I also do like graphic design and like writing and I kind of just dabble in everything creative. I'm right now working on a comic for the Webtoon Legends contest, and it will be called To Her Death. It's going to be in the most epic category. It's a fantasy action story, so if you like that stuff, it might be for you. Maybe check it out. I probably won't be posting it for a minute, but I also have some social media. You can find me in like YouTube, Instagram, X, literally everything basically I have social media for. It's just my name, Kalmia, usually.
Fuck, I forgot
But
about that. Well,
it's
I
me.
have those too.
Yes. But that's
Um.
me.
Oh, my bad. I
Nope, go ahead.
Okay. I guess I'm next. Hi, everybody. I'm Curly Cinnamon. This is my first time on somebody else's podcast that's not my own. Um, but I am also a comic creator and artist. Currently, the comic you can read from me is called Where the Humans Go, which is also available on Webtoon. It's on Global Comics and Inkverse. That is a sci-fi fantasy horror story. So if you're into that, check it out. Been working on that for a few years. And I am also submitting a story to the Webtoon 2025 contest called The Sour Patch, which is it's going to also be in the most epic section of the contest. It is a fantasy story set in a Candyland continent. So, you know, if you're into fantasy and also occasional hyper violence, then check it out when I eventually post it.
Look at you guys having all your ducks in a row, having all your life together with all your like I have all my ideas in order. I'm here like like snorting sugar and like looking at the wall.
We try. Can't guarantee that I always do though.
Yeah. I attempt to appear organized, but I am not, and
You're
most
doing a good
people
job at
know
it at
that.
least. Show off.
No, dude. No, dude. I'm like the worst podcast host ever. I bring people on, and it's never like with any kind of game plan in mind. Like I'll bring them on, and I bring up the magma for us to draw together, and then we just wing it and see what
It's
happens.
like your game plan is like just like random words scribbled on the
Yeah.
wall.
My game plan is bring this person on Discord at this certain time and start recording from OBS and pray to God that things go my way. That's how it works. And it's worked out for 20 episodes so far, so,
Hey, there you go.
Hey, if it
yeah,
works, it works. I'm not
Yeah,
complaining.
exactly.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, webtoon contest. Bunch of new webtoons just got dropped.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
crazy. There's like almost 800 submissions already.
Really? Wait,
Insane.
where can you see
There's
that
Yeah.
30
number? I just know it's a bunch, and I just.
there's there's
So
39 pages.
yeah,
Oh
and
yeah.
each has about I think 20 on each page. So do the math. It's a lot.
Oh, so
It's
math.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
it,
not my strong
it's
suit.
20 it's 20 exactly. So,
It's about like
um
780, give or take a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
crazy.
crazy.
I know it's
There's a
For the
lot of
nuts.
first, like,
stuff.
what, 4 days? 4 days it's been up?
I know
5 days?
people were just waiting. It's like just like starting at the finish line. I mean
Yeah,
in the not finish line, the beginning. Like starting in the beginning, just waiting
Hmm.
for the gun to go and just like started sprinting ahead of everyone.
Oh,
hmm
You're like,
yeah.
fuck, it's
I
not a
was there.
race. Calm down.
I was there
we
when
have
a
time.
few right? There
Yeah.
was a few creators I was hanging out with while they were submitting, and it was crazy. The website like lagged out for like 15 minutes, and then suddenly it was like
hmm
boom, there was like 30 submissions.
It's like, damn.
Insane.
Yeah.
Just it just couldn't handle it. I'm sure. I mean, I imagine these contests they don't come out every year, so
Hmm.
people
Yeah,
either have stuff stocked up, ready to go, or like it's like a once every few year opportunity to like
oh, I
sort of
think
get your
the
name out
biggest
there.
thing is that usually the contests are romance related. This is like the last one that was like romance and maybe other things was like in 2022, so that's like four
Wow.
years
Yeah.
ago.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
now they're opening it to basically any story you could possibly want on
Yeah,
there.
Hmm. And the biggest prize pool they've had, so I'm
that's
Yeah,
sure that's
true.
attracting a lot of people.
that
So
is that
money,
is
so money as well.
yeah. You win this, you can put a
Hmm.
down payment on a house.
Literally, this is like life-changing money.
Like
It's
For
down
real.
crazy.
payments on several houses, or one if you just have like that one big house.
Exactly.
So anyway,
Oh, yeah, it's crazy.
we all found some webtoons that we also like, and we would like to talk about it. Since I
hmm
am the host, I will be the last one. It's my rules, my podcast.
Fair enough.
And
Yep.
also, if you bring the webtoon you bring, you have to read out loud. That's the rules. And we will all listen to and judge your
So
and silently judge
by
you.
Do I
so
need
by
like
re
voice act?
yeah, so like are you gonna screen share it?
Oh yeah, I'm screen sharing I'm gonna open it up here and screen share it also in the, the
Okay.
live.
So I have a suggestion to make if you're doing that then.
So what's the
What
suggestion?
if what if we all read it aloud? Each of us play a character.
Yeah, but how am I gonna
Hmm.
silently judge you if I'm also joining in? No,
Well,
that's fine.
you silently judge us while we're going, and we'll silently judge you as well.
That's fine. That's a good idea though.
And then
It's
at the end we'll cast judgment on everybody's voice acting ability.
Yeah. All right.
it's a judgment triangle.
It's a hard bargain,
Exactly.
but you got me.
Yeah.
We will do that.
Hell yeah.
Yes. Perfect.
So we will begin with the person that I pick to begin first, and we
Okay.
will begin with Curly. Curly.
Fuck. All right.
Yeah.
So I do have two as well. One of them I haven't read through a whole lot, but I really like the art style. So we're gonna start with the one where I read the whole first episode.
Sure.
Um,
What's the name
Hmm.
of it?
Okay.
this it
Lay
is
it on
called
me.
Stay. All right, that's not that's the episode name. It's called Ghostwriter.
Ghostwriter.
Mm.
Right, writer, not. It's not the
Oh,
Marvel character.
it's not the
Yeah,
famous
they're not.
Marvel
They're not.
character.
Yeah, I'm not picking. I'm not picking like some fucking Marvel comic they decided to throw onto Webtoon.
All right, you're gonna have to help me find it here then.
Okay. Let me see. Let me
It's a
see.
ghostwriter or
So it's
ghost
one
writer
word.
or
There it is. There it
ghost
is.
writer.
On the right, the one with the record on the guy's eyeball.
Mm.
All the way to the right.
Oh, I see. This one. Oh, that
No,
actually
all the
looks.
way to the right.
The one with the big old like
So put
uh
your hands in front of you, making L's. The one to the that's not facing the right way.
Is
That
it
one,
this? The
yes.
one with the. Okay, you guys have to
Yes.
remember there is a lag in the stream, so
Got
it's gonna
you.
mm,
take a while for you guys.
that's true. My Discord stream is not working, so I'm just going purely off of Twitch.
All
Yeah,
right.
the for some reason the Discord stream is just buffering, so I'm going off your Twitch.
All right. Discord does that for me for some reason. I don't know why. It's not an
It's
internet
very
thing.
weird.
It's like a Discord. All right. So let's read
Discord
this.
just has a vendetta.
Yeah, it just
Yeah.
hates me for some reason. Let's read this little blurb, this little summary. because I
Okay.
like reading about the
Uh,
books.
all right. Do you want me to read that out?
Yep.
Hello.
Yeah. Go ahead. You have the floor.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't get a response. I didn't know what anyone was saying.
All right.
All right. So I'll go ahead and read it out. What if you projected into someone else whenever lightning struck? What if the person in question was a murderer? What if you were the inspector in charge of catching him? For 11 years, the serial murderer known as the Puppet Master has gone unchallenged. Charged with pursuing this elusive mastermind, Ruben finds out he has the ability to see through the Puppet Master's eyes whenever lightning strikes. Will he be able to use these fleeting glimpses to his advantage and catch the murderer?
Huh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
very cool.
It's very
So neat
I like that.
concept,
neat
and I
concept.
am a sucker. I'm a sucker for crime. Anything that has to do with crime or like gangster stories, I really like. So this one stood out to me. It's why I picked it
Yeah, I just
Mm.
wonder
immediately.
how many lightning strikes is going on in this place.
I don't know. Maybe the guy's got like a big lightning rod on, like kind of like the bat signal, but it's just a
Yeah.
lightning rod. He's stuck on the top of a building just so he like does it as much as possible.
Yeah. Or
Yeah,
like he's in a place that like just it just constantly is raining and like lightning struck
exactly.
at all times.
Mhm.
So basically, he lives in Seattle.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
It'd be funny if this concept like happened like place that just doesn't rain. It's like the middle of the Sahara Desert. Like, congratulations, I have the ability to
He lives
see.
in he lives in Arizona. It's like I have
like,
this ability, and I
like
am in the worst police department known to man to utilize it.
He's very useless.
Yeah,
no, like he
he's
look.
like
Just kind of there.
actually like a shit tier detective who can't do anything, but his one advantage is the rain thing and or the lightning thing, and
No,
he just
like
never gets to use it.
no.
Yeah, he's nowhere where there's even lightning.
Yeah, it would
Exactly.
be hilarious. All right, so let's begin this thing.
Exactly.
We will let's see. Can you guys see the comic already?
We can see it on the Twitch, but Discord is still being all weird. Can you try restreaming on Discord, maybe at a lower quality, and see what happens?
Damn it, Discord, you failed me for the last time.
Maybe in an alternate universe, Skype would have stepped up.
uh,
Ah,
maybe.
Skype memories. Let's just
Aren't
try
they
this.
aren't they like taking Skype down? I'm
Oh,
pretty
they're
sure I saw
done.
that.
Yeah, they're done.
Rip
They
Skype.
got. Hey, I see it now.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
there we go.
See,
apparently, yeah.
Zoom came in.
If you're gonna stream on Discord, you have to show everything. You can't just show one specific thing, or else it
Yeah, you
doesn't work
can.
for me. No, not for me, or else that happens.
Oh, that's
Like
crazy.
Discord just like
Okay.
just freezes up for me for some reason.
That's very
Hmm,
weird.
It's weird,
that
but
is
that's
weird.
what happens. So
I
here we
told you,
go.
man. You got to stop stealing the local McDonald's Wi-Fi for like your internet.
but
I'm telling you, you can buy cheap internet. I've
but
warned
they
you about
have
this.
the funniest naming Wi-Fi.
Just because it's called the McFlurry, that
But
doesn't make it worthwhile to use.
but it's like $3.
I've warned you about this. You fool.
All right, it's
All right,
time.
it is.
So take us off, man.
Are you shitting me? It's buffering again? That's
What the
crazy.
fuck? You know what? Fuck.
Well, just you know what?
Maybe like
What?
follow along on like I don't know a separate tab maybe. That's what I do. I
I,
have it opened up in my own tab that I'm kind of looking at.
yeah, we can do that. Um, we'll just do it like that. That's easy. All right. Who wants to play his main character chick?
I think it would be funny
I
if you did
guess
it.
I could do it. I could totally do it. Yeah.
do it, do
Do
All
it.
it.
right.
Do
So we're
it.
at the front of a police department, and girl's standing in front of a door. It's time. She slaps the shit out of herself.
As you do.
We're at the Hailstone Hollow Police Department Criminal Investigations. Good afternoon, team. I will be working, and then we get to this room where a bunch of people. Yes, understood. Take this to. What does that say? Chiaro? Chiaro?
I think so.
This guy's murmuring. This guy's murmuring. She thinks to herself, "With you from today, we'll have someone from our team question the witness." Sorry. Well, apologies. All right, who wants to play this baddie, this himbo on the right?
I'll play it.
All right, you can be the himbo.
I'll play Himbo.
Yeah,
Apologies. The corner coroners.
coroners.
Oh my god. English is not Englishing today. The coroner should be underway already. We will be sending a team.
Oh, I think I came in at a bad time.
I'll be this dude.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you'll be blonde
You be
boy.
you be
Yeah, I'll be Blondie.
the grizzled officer.
It looks like he hasn't slept a day in his life.
Yeah. He drinks whiskey with his pain meds.
Exactly. Excuse me, miss. Could you be the new recruit that was to join us this afternoon?
Oh, yes. We've briefly met during the recruitment process, sir. Mr. William Clayton, was it?
Right, of course. Apologies, we've got a lot of stuff going on right now. Sorry to drop this on you on your first day, but we just got a call about a homicide. Please come with me. We'll be heading to the scene. Your further onboarding will have to wait for now.
Oh shit, already? Can I do some paperwork first? What the fuck?
Nope, you're going to a murder scene.
Oh
That's your
man.
first place. First day.
It's like, hey boy, hey girl, do you want to see a dead body?
Right off the bat, I will say what I did like about this is I already do like the character designs for each of them.
Mm,
Oh yeah, the art is
Um
spot on.
the
yeah.
art is great. They like, even though they're kind of just like, normal people, they did a great job with the differences in their mannerisms and facial expressions. Especially on
hmm
the main character here, which with her big wide-eyed, you know, newbie look.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
And then
guys.
we got two like
Let's wait
rough
for
men.
the
Yeah.
analyzing critique at the end, so we
Oh,
can
okay.
all.
Got
We're
you.
jumping ahead of ourselves.
Got you.
All right,
So we
continue.
get to the title screen with the himbo.
Yep. Now,
Who
Act
is this?
Two.
Who is this man?
Oh yeah, you're. Yeah,
that's the himbo.
that's Himbo man. You're a new
Yeah, it's you,
recruit.
dude. Yes, nice to meet you, sir.
Likewise.
My name is Shauna Lang. Shanna Lang.
Yes, I remember. You were so nervous during the job interview.
Yes.
Welcome to the force. I'm Bill, and this is Ben.
Ruben, Ruben Frainsworth. Don't listen to him.
Don't be like that, Benny.
Let's focus on the case at hand. The scene we're about to visit isn't the first incident of this kind. So, I'd like to ask you, Shauna, are you familiar with the Puppet Master?
Dun,
Western
dun, dun.
Hailstone. Western Hailstone Hollow Crime Scene Oscar.
Who's gonna be the? This is the place. Is
The
this
lady
the
speaking to the
place?
policeman. Must be doing. This is the place. The lady speaking to the policeman over there must be our witness. She is the victim's sister.
Oh,
Chatter, chatter, chatter,
is this
chatter.
me reading? Yeah, this is me reading. Oh, expect.
This is.
Oh no, that's not me.
Oh,
Who is this?
I think it's just a random police officer.
Oh,
Yeah.
Inspector
Oh,
Frainsworth and Clayton. Good afternoon.
Is he from fucking Transylvania?
beautiful. Beautiful. Very immersive.
I can really feel us being in the United
Yeah,
States with that. I love it.
Yeah,
could just
it's great.
bring out the Spanish accent. Italian, actually. Afternoon. We've got a new recruit with us. I see. Nice to meet you. I am
Hello,
American.
sir. Are you sure? Do you even have your green card yet?
uh, don't worry about it. Oh, I think this is the
Great.
blonde boy.
Yeah. Greetings, Miss. I'm Inspector Clayton from the Criminal Investigations Unit. Are you Miss Raina Skoltz?
Yes,
Yes,
that's
that's
me.
me.
Oh, never mind. I'll just,
That's
I'll just
two
play
voices
every
she's
woman.
possessed. Kill her.
Something's happening here that's not supposed to.
Yep. You
I'd
can
like
go
to ask
ahead.
you some questions if that's all right with you. Yes, of course. I'll head on inside to investigate the scene. Oh wait, sorry, that was you. Oh well.
Is that me?
Sure, take
Oh yeah,
Shauna
that
with
is
you.
me.
Yeah.
Oh yes, sir. Is this? Oh yeah. Is this your first time in the scene of a homicide?
It is, yes, but I've seen enough case evidence during my training to be prepared. This is what I signed up for.
Good attitude. Well, first time, it'd still be a little jarring, especially with the culprit in question.
The puppet master you mentioned earlier?
Correct.
The puppet master. Yes, of course I've heard of the puppet master. Obsessed with theater and film, this serial murderer enjoys leaving unusual scenes.
All right. Is that me? I
I think
think
these
Mr.
are random, guys.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mr. Farnsworth, you and your team have finally arrived then.
Apologies for the
Apologies.
delay.
Is that me?
What have you gleaned from the scene so far? Oh,
I think that's me.
yeah,
Apologies for the
that is
delay.
my bad.
It's hard, when you just see a thought bubble and you don't know who's saying. I'm scared.
Yeah,
This is my
it's not
first time, and
it's not like we're going off a script.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the Hawks lost their last game. I don't even watch the Hawks game. Apologies
So
for the
you go.
delay. What have you gleaned from the scene so far?
The victim is Oscar Schultz, 20 years old, a second year student at the police academy. Judging from the amount of blood, he probably died prior to the wounds on his chest. He has been deceased for about 4 to 5 hours at most. The paint and pins make it difficult to discern more from now. We will have to. Oh, that's a woman. We will have to determine the rest during the autopsy.
I
I like her
see.
That's,
very hardened voice.
yes, she's seen a lot of shit.
Yeah,
Is that-
she's been on
She's
the
been
job for a lot of years.
she's been smoking cigarettes for
She's seen some
27
shit.
years.
That's the voice of experienced woman right there.
Exactly, exactly.
Thank you. We'll get we'll get to it so that we'll, damn it, damn it. We'll get
You
to it
got it, bro.
so you can do that sooner rather than later.
Appreciated.
Is it?
Um, Mr. Farnsworth, that is a weird fucking name. Mr. Farnsworth, I've heard of the Puppet Master cases during my studies, but are they really all like this? This almost doesn't even look like a murder.
Hmm. Yes and no. Anything theatrical goes for this guy. Okay, that's me. The means vary greatly. On top of that, the relationship between the victims and their scenes are always tedious at best. And the victims don't have anything in common either. You project some kind of values onto them, using them as proxies, puppets. Looking at this scene, what can you tell me about Achana?
Oh, um, well, if it's sticking to the theatrical themes, then from the victim's name in the gold paint, I'd relate it to those movie prizes. As for the heart, emotion, love, hurt,
A bad
a bad
actor.
actor would be my.
Oh yeah, that's you. Never
Was
mind.
that you?
No, that's you.
Uh,
You were.
okay. A bad actor would be my best guess. A very surface level critique. Oh wait, no, that is you. God damn.
Oh yeah, damn it. I will
it.
talk about this later. A
Yeah.
bad actor would be my guess. A very surface level critique.
But sir,
What is it?
how can you be certain this is the puppet master? I always wondered, but is there some kind of pattern other than just theatrics? How do you rule out copycats or coincidences?
Because of this. Da da da.
Oh.
What?
Ever since the first murder, 11 years ago, there has always been a message. That's weird because it looks like the murderer's talking about that. Like he reanimated the corpse.
The corpse is just telling him how they died.
Yeah. As
About
this
the serial
information,
killer.
yeah, as this information helps us identify the killer, this is not known outside of the team that directly investigates it.
Yeah.
But what?
But what does it mean? Because he should learn to draw. It looks like a fucking swastika, dude.
It
Yeah, a little
means
bit.
it means death. Are you familiar with the mythology of golems?
I'm not a nerd, but oh yes, if I recall correctly, that was the theme of the Puppet Master's first murder.
Yeah, you should
A
study
phrase
more.
is written on or inserted into the golem in some way, granting them life. And once removed, that which gave them life turns into death, returning them to dust.
You're well informed, fucking nerd.
Are you sure you aren't the killer? Jeez.
No promises. Yes. After he moved on to more theatrical antics, this pattern stuck, making them play roles as his puppets. A way to identify himself at, I suppose. Any deeper meaning or connection we have yet to find.
You're like roboting real bad right now.
Am I? Oh, damn it.
Oh, okay, now
Oh,
you're
you're good
good.
now. Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess
It
sounded
was
like a
just a
fax
second.
machine.
yeah, I guess that
He turned it
happens.
turned into the robot. The
I
puppet
am
master got
robot.
him.
So, all right,
You
making him
stuck.
play theatrical roles, any identifying himself as, suppose, any deeper meaning and connections we have yet to find, and he has never left any evidence deciphering the scene is best lead we have. Huh? What is this? It's such an in such an otherwise neatly tidied room. Is it covered in blood and gold paint and blood of the scene? A student ID? Cornelia. You said Oscar was a student at the police academy.
Yes, that is correct.
Did he have any past enrollments on other educational facilities?
Not that I'm aware. You could ask the witness outside. As his sister, she ought to know that.
I see, thank you. Shauna, with me.
Oh, are you done investigating the scene already, sir? And that is episode one.
Interesting, very
And
interesting.
Yes.
mm,
So now thoughts. Now we'll go with thoughts in the beginning one.
Uh, I really like for me, um, I just kind of like the concept of it, all like starting off. I like murder mystery things, but I've never seen a murder where the guy like covers the guy in epoxy and makes him look like a statue and everything. So I think it just like it hits the themes it wants to hit pretty well just visually. Um, I guess the
mhm.
obvious first critique I have of it, which is what we were all kind of getting confused by, is the speech bubbles.
Yeah, the speech bubbles is
Yeah.
the problem, but I understand that speech bubble placement is a some sort of like black magic that you have to do to get it right.
It
Yeah.
it can be, but sometimes they like for example, I think the one that I found kind of weird, the most jarring one was one of the last things you were reading down there, where the speech bubble, it was just Mr. Farnsworth talking, but for some reason the speech bubble moved behind his head to the left and then back to the right to connect to the other
Yeah,
ones. And
Hmm.
things like that I just feel are
it's
a
it,
little unnecessary. Like
it's unnecessary, but
Hmm.
it like you can get it, but like
yeah,
like figuring it out
yeah, you
later, but it does make
you
some confusion in the beginning.
no,
Hmm.
it a little bit, but not enough to be like to kill it anyway. It also doesn't help that we're trying to read it like
Yeah,
as a group, which can sort of highlight those issues.
yeah.
But it is a
At
very
Hmm.
minor issue I have with it overall.
at most, it's
Hmm.
a minor
Well,
inconvenience. It's not something that kills the comic.
No, no,
mhm.
not at all. Not even a little bit. I don't want to even want to harp on it.
Well, the thing about like speech bubbles is they kind of contribute to immersion, and so when it gets hard to follow, it kind of breaks that immersion,
That is
True.
true.
which is unfortunate and you don't really want. Which and like these ones aren't terrible. Like I've seen worse, much worse. So
Hmm.
it's not like they're awful, but that's
Yeah.
just something I think creators need to think about in particular, because speech bubbles are like part of the artwork in a sense.
Yeah,
For
speech
sure.
bubbles is a science that took me a while also to get right.
I
I can
the
understand the
only
problem with like being hard doing it
Hmm.
because
yeah
like
the only other thing.
sometimes wait, no, go ahead, say what
No,
you want.
keep going. I interrupted you. Keep going.
No, I was gonna say that sometimes like you can like think that like the order that you put speech bubbles in makes sense and like there's like an order and there's a science behind it, but like if somebody else looks at it and just gets confused
Yeah.
because like
Hmm.
everybody's different and there people are expecting different things and like if something's not, it's basically like if you have to like do speech bubbles like you're doing it for like a person that has mentally challenged. That's what I usually do for myself. Like I said, like you have to get somebody that's dumb, doesn't know what they're looking at, never seen comics before. They have to understand it looking at it the first time.
Well, a lot of one thing I try to follow for mine specifically is to not add more than like 3 speech bubbles per panel, because
That
then
does
it just
help.
gets
Mhm.
cluttered and confusing. And always make sure that you're pointing the tail of the speech bubble directly like at a character or their mouth.
Yeah. Even if you got to like outstretch the tail, like
Yeah.
across, like it will always be more worth it to just do that than to try to make your speech bubbles all look like very pretty and aesthetically pleasing. Like if you got to stretch the tail out so it doesn't cover the art, but it also you know exactly who's saying what. That's the way
Mm-hmm.
to go.
Yeah,
Yeah, and that's generally why you don't like cross tails of speech bubbles over top of each other, because then
Yeah,
you get
no.
confused in that sense.
Yeah.
and then for me,
And
another like minor nitpick that's like not that bad, but it is a little bit bad, is making speech bubbles like the tail of the bubble like extremely thin, so that it
mhm.
mixes sometimes with like the movement lines of the characters.
Yeah.
Mm,
Cause like
I
yeah.
think
this comic, like sometimes I would lose like the speech, like the tail of where it's going. It's like where the fuck did it
mhm.
go? Like who's talking? Oh, it's this
Yeah.
person. But it's not that bad. But it's like it's a thing that like
Yeah.
it helps out if you make the tails of the bubbles a little bit thicker. But other than
Hmm.
Yeah.
that,
Usually it's I think it's the reason why the most common way of doing the tails is to start like with a thick stem at the actual bubble and then it goes into the point because it's like literally like it's pointing in a direction like an arrow and it's
yeah.
like nearly impossible to not tell where it's going.
Yeah.
Um the only other thing, I know we're still talking about speech bubbles, but at the end of the day, like, you know, they're the dialogue and is like probably paramount because you want to know what's happening, who's saying what.
Hmm.
I don't like the odd shapes. I don't like how the speech bubbles are not like a consistent shape. Um, which I think adds to the confusion. And to me, when the speech bubbles, like this just gets into more graphic design style stuff, but like when you don't have a consistent shape for like what the dialogue is with the speech bubbles, it gets to the point where it kind of can become visual clutter on the screen that you don't want distracting from the actual artwork.
Oh yeah, that
Hmm.
Um,
is true. I do agree with
like
that.
for my comics, like consistently through all of them, I do basically like squared speech bubbles where they're square shapes, but the corners are rounded, and that's just a preference of what I like to do. But it makes it to where when someone's talking, it's like it immediately clicks with a reader. Okay, this is a speech bubble. It's not something else. And then
Hmm.
I use odd shapes for other things such as onomatopoeia or like when a character is screaming or talking in a way that's different, having the regulated speech bubbles that are all the same shape makes those ones you want to stand out even more.
Right. And like
Yeah.
one thing I noticed is there was like I feel like this must have just been like a um an error, not something on purpose, because it only
Mhm.
happens this one time, but on the
For sure.
panel where we see the guy, the murder victim or whatever for the
Yeah.
first time, there's like some text that is not in any bubble at all. I'm assuming that's her thinking, but
Yes.
that kind of threw me off a little bit, but I'm just assuming that was probably an accident
Is
because
there?
her other thoughts are all in bubbles. Yeah.
Oh, I
So,
didn't.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, you're
there
right. They
is
are.
that.
Yeah. Okay.
mhm.
Yeah, that's probably just an
Eh,
error, like an oopsie.
yeah. Yeah,
Another
that's what I'm assuming as well.
another thing I would say is like it's going to be like a two-parter. First, like the art spot on, really cool.
Mhm.
But
Mhm.
I would say that like the speech bubbles being dark sometimes like mesh with like the background because like looking at
Yeah.
the art of this of the entire comic, it's like a little bit on the darker side, like blues, dark grays, a little bit gloom. So looking at it like quickly, sometimes like the speech bubbles will like just disappear in the background. Like you would have to like look for it, who's talking next. At least that was for me. I
Mhm.
don't know about you
Yeah.
guys.
I'm actually gonna be on the opposite side of that. I like the dark speech bubbles. I just think if you clean up the shapes of them, make them less intrusive on the art, like that'll like, and fix the tails and make sure it's obvious who's speaking. That'll basically fix the issue for me with them. I actually don't mind that they're like the dark with a little bit of opacity on them, so you can kind of see what's behind them.
Mhm. I do.
It's
Yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you.
No, no, you're good. It's mainly the shape and like how the irregularity of them that's throwing me off, not necessarily the color. But I can see how on certain panels that maybe they would. But I think the white outline being on them, and then having them be a little what's the word? Not opaque. Whatever. They
A
have
bit
opacity.
transparent, a bit.
Transparency, yeah. It helps like I didn't have any trouble finding a speech bubble. It was more just trouble with who was speaking.
Yeah, I guess that's just me then.
No, it's all good.
Me and other
But
people
I,
that
I
are like
Yeah,
me. But anyway,
I think yeah,
it's
I
not
think
that
it's
I
a
don't
matter
like
of
it.
personal taste.
No, it's not that I don't like it. I think it looks nice. I'm just saying that like for me personally, I would sometimes have a hard time like a little bit of difficulty going, oh, that's a speech bubble, and
yeah,
not like
and
a
Yeah.
I
thing.
th- I think that mostly comes down to the irregularity of them. I think if they were, like I said, more uniform, then that would solve like 80% of that.
Yeah, probably.
Honestly, I don't even see an issue with the lack of uniformity with them. I think the issue is mainly the fact that they just the text gets too close to
No, I
the
Hmm,
sides
true.
and
I
so it kind of makes it almost hard to read, but
no, I
that
personally
can be
think
fixed pretty simply.
Curly has a point because if they were more uniform, like because they have like some sort of uniformity because they're all like hexagonals, but if it was like
Yeah,
Hmm.
a vector shape of a hexagonal that like you would like cut
yeah,
paste it, maybe it would have been better, like more easy to
Yeah.
identify what's a speech
yeah.
bubble because like you would
Like I
like
don't
train
mind.
your
Yeah.
brain to like see like oh hexagonal that's a speech bubble right there.
Yeah. Because
Hmm.
I don't mind them being different sizes or like stretched out to fit certain text in certain spots. It's really just because they're clearly just drawn. They're not made with like straight lines. And
Yeah,
so because of that, a lot of them look very different from one another.
yeah.
Hmm.
So anyway, let's continue to page 2 because I want to see some lightning strikes and some people hitting
Yeah.
dead people.
I know. I hope we see the baddie on the cover in this next one. I'm
We
disappointed we didn't
did
see
see
him in
the
the first
baddie.
one.
He was on the cover.
We did?
I need to see
Oh.
him in the comic.
All right, continuing on. Page 2.
All right. Oh, that's me. Mr. Farnsworth, hold on a minute. Shouldn't you register that as case evidence?
Ruben, what's going on?
Miss Schutz, has Oscar ever attended, or does he have any friends or acquaintances associated with the H.H. University of Arts?
No, and not that I'm aware of. We were pretty close. I think I'd know if he did. Why are you asking? Do you know who did this?
Not quite. Thank you for your cooperation. Bill, I'm heading out to the university before it closes for the day to get this card identified.
ID card. Wait, Ruben, hold on just a sec. That could be decisive case evidence. Do you hear yourself? Please follow protocol like Shauna proposed. We can follow this lead one step at a time. Don't rush into this. We cannot afford to take this case once. Oh,
No,
sorry, that's
yeah.
yours.
Speaking about it later, we cannot we cannot afford that cannot afford to take this case one step at a time. You know this. Look at it. It, it is ruined with paint. By the time we have this removed, it's be already too late. The culprit is bound to notice their ID missing if they haven't already. The barcode is still readable. If we get this scan today, we we denied them the head start.
Even so, if you just follow regulations, we'll catch him in due
They got
time.
him.
I will not risk more victims.
That's. Damn it, Ruben.
If if we leave now, taking rush hour into account, we'll be there around 5 p.m. If we hurry, we should still have time before the service desk closes.
There has to be something we can.
We cannot. You cannot change my mind at this point. Change my mind on this.
Ruben.
Shauna, please go along with him. Oh, wait, that's you
I
still,
think
I
that's
guess.
I think so. Yeah, I guess.
yeah, it is.
Oh, Shauna, please go along with him. I'll manage the scene here.
Yes, sir.
You and your damn vigilante sense of justice. Just wait one last thing.
You know my OC's Batman, right? What is it now? The
The weather.
weather.
The forecast said a storm might roll in.
I see. Thank you for the warning.
I know I can't change your mind, but if you'd like me to go in your stead.
No, it's my
Ugh,
thing. No, it's fine. I can't burden you with this. I'll take full responsibilities. I'll speak to you later.
don't make me regret this, Ruben. Chief Cairo is really gonna chew me out for this one.
I think it's Shauna?
No,
Oh,
that's the blonde girl, I think.
oh
Yes,
yeah.
the blondie.
Oh,
Sir? Oh, is something wrong? Oh no, don't worry about that. My apologies. Where was I? Right. You said he was meeting up with someone? Oh, yes. He said he was meeting up with someone named Ray this afternoon. Ray? Whose janky ass name is that? Jeez.
oh, that's me.
Well, okay.
I am Ray. Oscar and I are supposed to meet up for coffee, but he never. Who said this? Oh yeah, he's.
Oh, that's Ray still.
He never showed up. I'd come to check on him. I am definitely a human, and not a
Yeah.
killer. What?
This guy covered Ray in fucking epoxy and just ripped his heart out.
Yeah. Most
What is
suspicious
going
guy.
on? Is this some kind of trouble?
The incorrect cadence is awesome.
He sounds like a fucking alien trying his best to fit in. He just
He watched like a Nick Cage movie and now just like tried
yeah,
his best. That's his first exposure to humans.
yeah.
Trouble? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, but Ruben. Oh, not me.
No,
Ruben,
that's you.
Oh, is it?
who
Yep.
is
Oh, yeah, it is. Ruben loves leaving the real difficult tasks to me, doesn't he?
start?
It's starting to
Yeah.
rain. I hope it won't actually storm like Bill said it might.
Mm, yeah.
But sir, are you sure this is the best course of action to take?
Of course it isn't.
Eh?
It just needs to be done. Bill has been on the case since it started 11 years ago. He knows this is the best of our best chance too. Back then, the killing suddenly stopped after 4 years until they resumed few months ago. We don't know when the killer might disappear again, let alone ever leave any kind of evidence like this. Criminals adhere not to the law. If I need to act outside of it to do justice, I will do it without hesitation. I'm Batman.
I,
Justice.
s- I
Justice.
see. I can see the merit in your way of thinking, even if I cannot fully agree on justifying it.
Justifying isn't the point, but thank you. Thank you, that is enough for me. Here, use it to look up information on the service desk. Times, location.
Oh?
Put on your contact tax details as well. We will be closely working together from now on after all.
Oh, yes, of course. I look forward to learning from you, Mr. Fansworth.
Please, just call me Ruben. Fanzo's lane's way too
Understood.
long.
Understood, Mr. Rubin. Your last name fucking sucks, dude.
Hey, that's my mother's name.
She should have changed it.
Well, take it off of my dad. All right, who says this? The service desk
Um,
should be in the building B, but I think we can enter buildings A on the right and navigate indoors from there. So with this rain and all, it should be open until 5:30 p.m. Hope there I hope there's not closing early due to the storm. There's some Hall University of Arts.
I've got the floor plans downloaded, should we need them.
Perfect. Let's hurry and quickly before they close.
Thunder?
Breaking and
No,
entering.
that's lightning, stupid. Thunder
It's
comes later.
oh, it's really coming down now, huh? Mr. Rubin, do you happen to have any umbrellas in your car? Oh, uh, um, is everything okay, Mr. Rubin?
All right, and I
Go ahead
guess
and
this is where
drop
it's
a.
done.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and drop a like on that.
Yep.
Me when my boss starts having a mental breakdown in the car next to me over lightning.
me
Anyway,
what me when my
overall,
boss doesn't take his fucking pills.
Skipped one set.
One set of his schizo pills. Now look where we're at.
Good job. Good
before
job,
I
Mr. Rubin.
forget, this story has got me intrigued. So I'm gonna sub to have a look at it later.
Mm, dropping a like on that one.
Dropping
Yeah.
a like. So overall, story is actually quite interesting. I'm gonna wait for the third episode to like give like a full detail because I still have not seen someone looking through someone else's eyes, and
Yeah. I
I was
mean,
very
and that
disappointed because of that. But
no, I mean it's a slow burn, which I'm fine with. I don't like if that's the concept. They're spending the authors spending their time introducing the plot, the characters, the our main antagonist. Already
Hmm.
got a red herring in there with this fucking this blonde himbo walking in.
the blonde
Um,
definitely not the killer.
I feel like he's probably a red herring, but he could just straight up be the killer. Um, so I guess we'll have to
Because
see.
I think
Hmm.
we already like talked about all the little our little nitpicks with
Hmm.
the first chapter of it, but
In terms of
overall,
the speech bubbles, yeah,
speech bubbles, yeah, the bubble tails being too thin for like having trouble
sure,
finding
yeah,
it,
yeah.
but the
We don't
art
need to
is
like
great. The art is
art
awesome.
is good.
Hmm.
The only thing with the art is that sometimes I guess the characters are a little the inconsistency I've noticed a little bit. Like sometimes they look a lot skinnier and thinner than they are in some other frames. Um,
Mm.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I think I
guessing
did notice
there's a
that too.
certain style they're definitely going for, um, and which
Let
is
me.
fine. It's just occasionally,
Has this person done other
the
stuff before? Oh yeah, they have.
yeah, I don't know.
You know,
I didn't look into the author. I
Well,
just
I am looking into
it-
them.
fair
honestly,
enough.
I can't judge too much on the inconsistencies either because it's hard to be consistent when you're in like a time constraint and, trying to draw so many different characters so many times over and over again. It's
Oh
hard
yeah.
to keep consistency, but
I think it
Oh, for sure.
actually becomes easier the more you do it because it's like muscle memory.
yeah,
Like in the first
For sure.
right.
chapters of my comic as well, there were like bunch of inconsistencies with the characters where like I
Oh yeah,
forget to put
definitely.
stuff on them or I put too much because
Yeah,
I would
I'm the I was
forget.
the,
Hmm.
I'm the same way with mine. The early chapters of my story, characters do not look as consistent as they should. Just, but it's something worth noting and pointing out anyway.
I think
Um,
the consistency comes with like time. So like think like chapter 5 onward, like he would have every character down to a T. It would be like burned into his brain.
sure, yeah,
Hmm. Yeah.
But
But I think overall, I mean, it was pretty solid. Like, I felt like it was
yeah,
intriguing and
great
looked great visually.
a great, interesting story in the beginning. I greatly appreciated that there was no like world dumping in the beginning because there were so many comics that I opened up and it's like in the beginning, the
Oh
world
my
Oh
gosh.
begun
yeah,
with this thing. I was like,
yeah.
oh, I gotta
Uh,
skip. I'm not
It's
looking
it,
at
it
this.
that style of storytelling can work. It's all about execution. Like the Lord of the Rings trilogy is my favorite movie trilogy of all time, and that starts off with like a narrator explaining like previous events of the world that lead up to the present, but it
mhm,
just has to be done correctly and executed well, and
mhm,
then there won't be an issue. But I understand the preference. I prefer not having like the narration. Like I prefer just going into the story and being like, this is where we are, this is what we're doing, this is the setting,
No, yeah, me
mhm.
too. It's like
and
if
and
there's
then at that point it's just a matter of like it comes with pros and cons. The that's I guess the con of going straight in the story for the writer is like now you have to diegetically introduce elements of the story naturally without having the narrator do it for you in the beginning,
Mhm.
which I find personally more interesting and can fleshing out the world in a way that sometimes the reader won't even technically notice.
Yeah, and I know a lot of I guess beginner or less experienced writers tend to do that because they kind of use it as a crutch, and in a sense is that they don't quite know how to incorporate exposition and stuff naturally, which
Mhm.
isn't necessarily a bad thing, but
yeah, story writing is
it kind of
hard. What do
comes with
you?
more experience. Yeah. Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, it is hard, but at the same time, like, uh, I feel like if that's a critique, then it's worth it to point it out because, at least for me, I would rather people point out the critique to me than not, just so I can move forward with it.
Yeah,
Because
I
I feel
agree.
like every bit of critique I got when I first started making my comic from other artists has allowed me to be better. Whereas if I didn't have those critiques, I might have not improved as much as I have. Which I like. It's not a. I wouldn't want that to happen.
No, you guys have like
Hmm.
detailed,
So,
thought out
Yep.
things. I just don't like reading. It's like if you're gonna show me a
well,
story,
fair
just
enough.
show it to me. I'm reading comics because I'm already a
Yeah.
good reader to begin with. I like
No,
looking at
I get it.
pictures. So
I
show me
feel
the story with pictures.
Yeah.
I get
Yeah.
it. It's still like a preference thing. Like because
Hmm.
I'm under the opinion that you can make just about any kind of concept of a story work as long as the execution is good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what it always
Hmm.
comes down to.
that is true.
And so far, with the first two episodes of this one, I think the story overall is pretty good,
Pretty,
pretty interesting.
pretty good.
Um,
Yep, it has a solid
it's
chance of
definitely
winning.
taking,
It, I would say it
yeah,
has a
it's
solid
definitely
chance.
taking its time. Yeah, it's taking its time introducing like the main sort of I guess supernatural element of it where the guy can see through the killer's eyes, which I'm
Hmm.
okay with because they want to actually introduce the elements of the story first, which makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, so let's shuffle it about. Hadney, let's look at your story. What have you brought to share for the class?
Okay. I'll drop it in the chat so you don't have to search it up. But the one I chose for my first one is called Markcliff. It was one of the very first ones I read while like looking through the I guess contest entries.
Mhm.
I think I enjoyed it a lot. This is the one that like updated the second entry today, but I
Oh,
dropped it in the chat.
I saw the thumbnail for this one, but I never clicked on it.
All right, let's have a
Yeah,
let's have a
the art is
look.
super
See.
super pretty,
It is. It is very pretty art style.
and I enjoy the overall vibe of it as well.
Oh,
I'm a sucker for like a bandit
it's
southern
fucking
country cowboy.
Western. I
Yeah,
love Westerns.
Oh
it's so good.
yeah, westerns. If they have guns,
All
I
right.
am in. And I also love that it didn't put any name next to like the chapter name. It's just a number. Like you have to get in to see the
Yeah,
fun. Yeah.
they're
True.
not gonna let you know anything.
The only thing.
Yeah.
All right, let's see the intro for it. Mark Slift. Hadney, if you'll take
Yeah,
the
Markcliff.
reins on this summary reading that we will have now.
All right. Okay. I got it. When a small town in the middle of nowhere is attacked by bandits, Mayor Chess calls for the help of wandering gunslinger Marcliffe.
Mark, I love
Okay,
it. I already
I
love
like
that it
that.
doesn't have a complicated name. It's just
Yep,
Mark and
short and
Cliff.
sweet.
I enjoy that the summary is just like this is where the story begins. Like this
Yeah.
is how it
Hmm.
starts. It
So,
doesn't give you any info on the world, which
yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess makes sense. I guess it's just a like what is this like a cat boy western or
yeah,
something?
yeah, pretty
Okay,
much.
that's cool.
All right. Let's begin this thing in three, two,
All
one,
right.
go.
I can start out with the reading. Also, the art in this is like so gorgeous. I love
No,
it. It's
yeah,
got this.
the backgrounds are gorgeous.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna bring out my southern accent. I'm bringing
There
out
you
the
go.
cowboy.
Mm.
Hell yeah.
The good old legend of the wishing star. You close your eyes, clasp your paws together, and make a wish. All while making sure you don't tell nobody. Sorry, I was going a little fast.
No, you're good.
No, you're good. Go
but
ahead.
once but once that star reaches the end of its journey, where does it go? It lands here, of course.
God damn it!
Here in the
Look at
stellar
that.
west.
It's an
I know, that's
actual
gorgeous.
star.
It's so fun. I love it.
No, I love it
People
when
soon
shooting
realize,
stars falls and it's an actual star shape. You know shit's
oh,
about to go
it's so
down.
good. Soon people realize that digging up these stars made a pretty little penny. And with pretty pennies come good for nothing rascals who want in on it till there's nothing left. Even years after that first star was found, until now, where stars are about the rarest thing in the world, the trouble just never seemed to end. That's a fun. See,
Bandits.
that's the type of intro I like. Short and sweet.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
intro.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
Sorry, I'm getting ahead of
Again?
myself.
You're good.
Howdy there.
How? Okay, you got it.
Empty your wallets and give us everything you got.
Hands where we can see them.
And
It's been a good while since I'd been in that old town of Sunnyside. Sure hope that things are going well over there. But even if things aren't, I'll make a wish upon a star that someone will be there to protect him in my stead.
step. Well, sure.
So, it looks emptier than I expected. I'm at the right town, right? If Sunnyside is east of the mountains, and I went left coming from the north. Ah, wants to be the little mayor.
Oh.
Uh,
Welcome to Sunnyside, Mark Smith. Don't worry, you're in the right place. I'm Mayor Chess. It's good to finally meet you.
Oh, has the mayor come to greet me herself? Are things really that dire?
Yes, I'll explain more in the way.
that is a choice for a voice.
I was born like this, don't judge me.
The condition.
Bandits made
You should.
their way through the town not too long ago. As you can see, we're not sure when they'll make their move again. I'm so glad got someone to help us now.
Mm.
We're entrusting you to help us guard a special wagon across the desert again. We're far enough away from the town. Is that me? So yeah, that's so me. There's
Yeah.
no telling when the bandits might find us, so we must act soon. And there's there's the fact that we've only got one wagon, and so bandits stole the others.
So, a highway battle, huh? Haven't had one of those in a while.
A battle. I hope that things don't escalate to that point. After all, we only have enough funds to hire you.
There isn't anything to worry about. This job will be over before you even know it. You can count on me. Slam. Ah,
Nothing beats a day of hard work than a cold glass and a cool bench to kick back on, eh?
You're right about that one, Rasket. But the party's just getting started.
All right, everyone, listen up. Lith wants a word with all of y'all.
Clap, clap. Listen up, you bottom feeding Hellions. Clank. I know y'all are homesick and there's nothing left to plunder here. With those wishing stars being a sight rarer than ever and whatnot, the Stellar West hasn't been living up to its name, now has it? But before we head on out, there's one last trove of treasure left here in Sunnyside, owned by none other than Mayor Chess herself.
The mayor's got a secret stash, does she?
Exactly. An entire wagon full of stars. More than anything the valley's seen in years. Now all we gotta do is take it. Alright, who's with me?
We are.
We are!
We are. I'm not.
So, boss, what's the plan?
Well, a little birdie told me this. The mayor's own private wagon is on the move. Looks like they might try to move their valuables someplace safe.
And we'll
And
be there to catch him when that happens.
Oh yeah.
and
Yep. Big
All
fan.
right.
yep, I love this. It's so good.
It's so.
Big fan already.
I actually really like this as well.
Yeah.
I think my biggest issue the first time I read this was I got a little confused. I think it was because the artist uses a very similar color palette for all the characters. So I got very confused between the main character and I guess like the main bandit's very like similar like sidekick or whatever.
Oh, the little
'Cause they
monkey
both-
boy.
Yeah, because they both have very similar eye shapes and like color palettes. So I got a little confused in that sense, but I read it again and I was like, oh wait, no, they're different people.
Yeah, I think because I think the big thing is now that you mention is the inside. Like if you scroll down from where they are outside and inside, the lighting looks almost identical.
Mm,
And I think that also doesn't help kind of distinguish locations a little bit more.
yeah, yeah,
Which
that's
I get, like it's a western, like it's gonna be orange. You know, like if you're making a western, that's just like an unspoken rule, I guess. You know, it's always just gonna be orange, which makes
Mhm.
sense. But I think
It's
what
like a
would
rule
help,
of the land. If you're in the west,
yeah,
everything is orange.
it's gotta be orange.
Yep.
I just think on the inside, if the lighting was a little darker and dimmer, right? Because everything it looks like it's lit by lanterns.
Mhm.
Um, that would help. But other than that, like I absolutely adore this art style.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I
The,
love how
Um,
it's almost watercolory. Like
yes,
it's so fun.
the background is very watercolory, while the characters are all cell shaded, and
Mhm.
I think it does a wonderful job at separating the two while still being cohesive.
yeah. That is
It's
Yep.
it,
that is
it's
actually a
great.
really cool, nice point. So I'm just noticing now that
Mhm.
the background is a different style as the
Hmm.
characters.
Mhm. And
It's
the crazy part
But
is they don't feel like they're two separate things.
no,
They
no,
fit
yeah, it
together.
they
works.
mesh
It
together very
works.
Yeah.
well. Now I'll have a counterpoint to your little critique. I have actually have done a comic before where like there was a dark area and a light area, and I think they actually did the smart choice here of making like the darker area a little bit brighter, because if you actually make it darker, you actually run the risk of actually making it hard to see, because like there's a there's a thing where like if the drawing you make is not the drawing people see on their phone, because like the colors become a little bit different. I don't know why it does, but it does. But
Well, yeah, I
sometimes
mean,
like
different screens,
yeah, so they
different
went with the
screens
safe
process
option
color
of
differently.
making the dark place lighter so that people are guaranteed to see what's happening. Because
Sure, but I think there's a way to do it to where, everything is still readable while still making the locations feel different. Um, I think it's absolutely possible to do, and I think it's probably definitely been done
no,
before.
yeah, it's definitely
Um,
possible to do, and I say yeah, it's possible. Yeah, it can be done, but if it's not, I would rather it be brighter than it be darker because it's like you're safely guaranteeing that the image that you want to do, what you're doing, is going to be portrayed for the audience.
Yeah. And I
Uh,
think for me, I think what would have helped a little bit is in terms of lighting, not the actual shading. If the lighting was maybe a bit softer, since they are being lit mainly by lanterns, I
and
think that would have helped differentiate a little bit.
I think to add on to that idea is now I'm noticing the shadows on the ins when they're inside are a warm color. And while that works when they're outside because you have, the entire sun on you,
Hmm.
on the inside, I think if the shadow colors were changed to be a cooler color, that would really emphasize the different location. Um, and you don't have to change really anything except the color of the shadows that are on the characters. Just something like, because it looks like it's like almost a reddish orange that's on them, which makes it feel like that, like you have the sun just completely lighting up everything in here. But if you change it to like a cool blue purplish color, that would really help. Because most of the time, a lot of times when you have something bright yellow orange on someone, the shadows are going to be a little cooler most of the
Mm,
time.
yeah. But honestly, other than that, I don't have much gripes with the art
No,
style, like at all.
neither do I. The art is stellar,
Like
like
Yeah.
throughout.
I have one more gripe, but it's like a microaggression. Is that I actually have a hard time like figuring out what animal is what. It's like I got that there
Uh,
was
Yeah.
one monkey and I got there was one cat, but it's like the other ones are like generic feline or canine ear going
yeah,
up, and it's like I don't know if it's a cat or it's a fox, it's a thing,
I
but
think it's
that's like
I
more of
think
the
it's
art
just
style, but
a
it's not like a it's not bad. It's
I
just
think
a confusing thing for me.
yeah, I think it's just a stylistic choice of like, they are animal people, but the animal people thing is more just flavor. Like these could all just be human people and like not much
Yeah.
would
No,
change,
yeah,
which is
definitely. It's just that
so
I am not an esteemed furry enjoyer, so I don't have the skills of differentiating them.
yeah. Yeah, I would hardly call this anthropomorphic.
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
it's not they're not really and I don't think they want to, go super hard on the anthro stuff, which is fine. It just, I guess it's just a flavor thing of the character designs.
Yeah. I agree. But it works,
But
I think.
no, yeah, it works fine. I don't
Yeah.
find it distracting or anything. It's just like they're animals. That's what they are. They're like half
No,
animals,
yeah,
half people.
definitely.
Yep.
So let us continue on the story to the second chapter.
Sure.
Ugh, I love it. I'm just like looking at the panels, just like
Yeah, I
taking
know.
it
It's
all
a
in.
it's incredible.
Uh-huh.
Making me going like, fuck, I need to
Taking
go.
notes for this later.
Yeah, right? Like it's like, man, I need to go back on mine and make sure I'm like up to snuff because this is
The
fantastic.
competition is steep.
All right. Morning.
Oh, good morning. It's good to see someone to talk to. Everyone else in this town is always on edge. Things haven't been the same since our sheriff passed and those bandits moved in.
The sheriff. What happened?
The sheriff died protecting Sunnyside from bandits. It's already been a long time now. I feel that since his passing, peace has yet to return to this town. That's not the whole story, Mama. If they fought fair and square, he would have beat 'em all. The bandits tricked him. Jory, hush. What? Mama, you know it's true. I just realized I haven't gotten your name yet. The name's Eleni, by the way.
They call me Marcliff. You don't have to worry, kid. Those bandits, outlaws, and any wrongdoers won't last forever. Because there isn't a single person in the world who can escape justice.
Justice.
He seems very he seems very excited. Look at him.
He does. He's
He's
beaming.
he's actually super happy right now. You just
He's
can't
do-
see it.
he's doing his Batman impression. Justice.
Oh,
Marksliff,
who's
there
the
you
mayor?
are.
Oh, there you go.
Marksliff,
I think
there
that's you
you
again.
are. I was looking all over for you.
Sorry. I know you told me to meet you at the end, but I lost my way and ended up here. I don't have a very good sense of direction.
In any case, Marksliff, we must depart. Depart quickly, Marksmith.
She just changes his name like every
Yeah,
sentence.
yeah, right. It's like, are you gonna get it?
Got it.
It was nice meeting you, Markliff. Safe travels.
Now then, I know we're heading out. I know we're heading out earlier than we're supposed to, but we had a last-minute change in our plans, Mark Glenn. My secret, my secretary Oran is waiting for you at the wagon. It'll just be the three of us on the strip. Me, her, and you, Markman. I'm worried the bandits might have caught on to our town star reservoir, so we're heading out on early. They've already taken so much from us.
Not gonna lie, dude. If this is how the character sounded in like a show, I'd want to throw a hammer at her.
Mute her every time she came on screen.
It's like this is a character you hear before you see. It's like, no, she's here.
It's like, no, get her off the screen.
Oh.
you, fin- you finally found the mayor? Took you too long enough. I'm Irwin, by the way. Mayor Chess secretary turned wagon driver.
Sounds like the economy's falling on hard times.
Sure has. Now,
Now, Markiplier.
Hello, everybody. My name is Markiplier. I'll be the one controlling your wagon today.
shall we head out? We're going to Candy Mountain.
Come on, Charlie. We're going to Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Irwin, how
It's a
much? Irwin,
Only
just how much further are we? We're only a few more miles. Keep a lookout. Are you curious about what's inside?
Not really. I tend not to pry for clients for details.
He's probably like to keep his nose out of people's business. Years of mercenary work teaches a few things.
Up there, that dust.
Gallop, 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 gallop.
Yeah.
They're
Holy
here!
shit! She pulled out the gat immediately.
Call an ambulance, but not for me.
She is not pulling any. She's pulling all the punches.
Yeah, immediate 12 gauge. That thing's gonna send her flying out of the freaking wagon.
Yeah, she is not weighing enough to hold that thing.
You're not gonna be able to handle that
You just see
recoil, little one.
her flying across the screen in next panel.
I really hope that's the case.
Just when things were going smoothly. You're ready, Marchliff?
Ready.
They're coming from behind too.
Howdy there, Sunnysiders. Mind letting us take a peek inside? The boss promises not to hurt y'all, but only if you choose to comply. And that's the end.
Yeah.
The end.
Oh man, I want more!
All right.
I know, it's so sad.
This one is also really good. I
This
appreciate
this one's fucking rad. I adore this
And you know
so
what?
far.
I think the biggest upside, like the biggest up for me, is that they already accomplished what they said in their summary. There's a town that's getting robbed, and the guy's coming into the town.
Yeah, and I assume from here it's just going to snowball into the rest of the story.
Yep.
I
And I mean,
go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I like that they kind of only told you all you really need to know. A lot of synopsises on like webtoon, it kind of goes into like, oh, there was a girl and her family hated her and now she meets this guy. This one's just like, yeah, so there's a town and they're being attacked. That's it.
Yeah, a dude's
Yeah.
coming in the town to do some shit about it.
Yeah.
Guns.
Yeah.
Because the summary, like when I read a summary, I don't need too much character detail. I'd rather just hear sort of a little bit about the world, I guess, if you're going to. Like if you want to make it
Hmm.
lengthy. It's like what world are we in, and maybe one or two things about the main character if you really want to, and you can just drop
Hmm.
it at that point and let me read it. But what I was gonna say is I the art style and sort of just vibe, kind of the lighthearted tone, has given me heavy dungeon meshy vibes. If anyone's read that or watched it.
I haven't, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah, I
In
haven't as
English,
well.
it's called Delicious in Dungeon as
Oh,
well. But
that
Mm.
I have heard about it. I have not had the time to
yes,
watch it yet.
well, that is a high recommend. If you guys enjoy this, that is a wonderful manga.
I will probably watch it
Um,
because I just see so many memes from it on Twitter.
no, it's
Yeah,
great.
I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've just not had the time to watch it, but it's on my list.
Easy recommend, easy recommend. It's fantastic, and this is giving me similar vibes to that, but instead of it being
Mm.
like fantasy, it's a western.
Mm.
Yeah, I would
But
also
Gotcha.
say art incredible. The
yeah, no,
text,
art's great.
I think something that's also important to note that the text boxes on the things that were like short and sweet, they weren't like big, like intermediate, like detailed descriptions. It was just like
No,
short
yeah.
speeches.
Well,
And they,
that's how you want to do dialogue. Like the characters say what they need to say, and they don't over explain anything. The author just shows us what's happening, and you get an idea. That's all you need.
yeah.
Hmm.
Also,
Yeah. One.
because I don't know if you noticed this, but I'm not the most literally cultured person. So if you throw big words at me, it's gonna take me a while to read it.
Mhm.
Honestly, fair enough.
But
One thing I did notice. Oh, sorry. Go
no,
ahead. You were
go
done.
ahead. I'll just say after.
Oh, I was just gonna say one thing I did notice about this one specifically is that the artist did not use a lot of sound effects. There
Mm,
was
No,
maybe like four panels in the entire thing that had sound effects, and I don't feel like it took away essentially from the comic, but I feel like if they had more, it could have added a
oh yeah,
bit more
that is
to
true.
it, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, definitely. Like sound effects is still like a strange science to me. Like I don't know when to add it and when to like not add it in my comic, because I think it's like I
Yeah.
think it's sometimes too many sound things is like distracting. But like if you don't have
Mhm.
enough, like sometimes you're like, what is this person doing?
Mhm. Well, I think it can just add to immersion
No,
and the world
definitely adds to
building in a sense.
immersion.
yeah,
But
I
Yeah.
think it could.
I don't think it's bad that the
Personally,
comic didn't have it like that as many because like it could have more, but like it didn't take you away from the story not having them there.
Right.
But
Yeah.
definitely, yeah,
And I
it could
agree.
have more.
Yeah. I just think like there's one panel in the second chapter of all three of them in the little cart riding, and it's kind of like a long scrolling panel. I'm like, even in that one, if they had some like clank or like something to show they were like moving, I don't know. I feel like that could have been
mm,
I think
beneficial, but it's not like bad that they didn't have
I
it.
no, when you
I
said
think
it,
I'm on.
the biggest like example was when like the bad guy team showed up and they were like, "Oh, they're
Hmm.
here," and they just have the picture of like the people coming in. There's no like gallop or like thundering effect behind it.
Yep.
So I guess
Yeah.
that and there right there it would be like an immersion break because like you would expect to see it, but other than that,
Hmm.
like
I think I'm
not
on the
much.
opposite camp as you guys. I don't really see like any point here where there's onomatopoeia or like sound effects and where I think it needed it and didn't have it. Um, and I guess that might be a preference thing, but I guess objectively, like I'm not seeing any point where like I think that needed a sound effect for me to help with that. Because at least for me, when I do my comics, is I do have onomatopoeia, for a lot of stuff, but I um I mostly use them for like big impact things, to
Yeah.
really just highlight like a big moment. Like, um, I guess like for my thing, like I do a lot of action and violence and body horror and stuff like that because that's just what I'm into. Um, like there's a character in one of the latest chapters of my comic where like this person gets their head like basically crushed, and so I have a big impact panel showing that, and then like huge very stylized text that's just like scrunch, right?
Hmm.
And it's all the letters are all cracked and coming out on each side of the panel to emphasize it. But in this case, like, you know, you have like little ones here where the mayor messes up putting the shotgun shells into the double barrel,
Hmm.
and what really helps is you have the little whoops, but you have the clink and the little lines showing that they're like shaking around it. And in that case, I think it works really well because it's like when you hear clink and you see whoops, it's like, oh, she's fucking up. She doesn't know how to load a shotgun. But
Yeah.
in the cases of like where you see the little bird giant dodo things running down the hill or the cabin moving, I think the artist just managed to make it look like the wagon was moving because you see the bird things walking and you see the dust picking up by the wheels, and instantly when I looked at it I was like, we're moving. You see the tie on the Orin is his name, I think. Orin, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like moving, so you know the wind's hitting it. At least for me, it's like artistically, visually, the artist did an amazing job just showing movement and things happening without the need
Hmm.
of the sound effects.
Yeah. And like, I mean, I agree. Like, I just think they could have helped or could have added a little bit more. Not that it really even was that, I guess, that important because, like, I agree with you. I think the artist did a really good job portraying a lot of this movement and sounds like visually. So it's not necessarily needed.
For
I just think
sure.
it could have
Oh,
been
definitely
an addition.
the art strong back the sound effects off of this off of this comic
Yeah.
not needing it. But
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not
exactly.
saying it's bad that they didn't have it. We're just saying it would it could be better if they did. Like not it's
I
bad. It could increase
sure
the goodness of of the chapter having a little bit more of suffix.
it could. There's a reality where the artist decided to add more SFX and it ended up boosting everything. Um, but as it is, like I might even prefer it because like, the thing with me, it's like it's a western, and you know, depending obviously on the western, like if we're talking like a fucking Tarantino western, it's going to be loud and obnoxious. But it seems like this one feels definitely like more of a quiet story. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Which relies heavily on the visuals to kind of explain to you what's going on, even though there is a good amount of dialogue. Um, so I kind of just like how almost quiet it feels a lot of the time, especially when it's focused on the main character here.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
So,
makes sense.
at least it might like how I take where the artist is going. But um, for me, also, what I really like so far is the actual script here, like just the storytelling. Um, it's a
Hmm.
nice, simple startup of the story. I don't know how complex it could get later on, but I take it that this is definitely going to be a very character focused story rather than a plot based story where it's not like some huge central conflict.
Oh yeah, definitely. The
And
sky's the
it's
limit.
definitely, yeah, it's definitely a character journey, which is my jam. I love
Same.
the
Yeah.
characters are for me when it comes to story writing, if your characters aren't good, then like nothing's gonna work. And
Yeah.
so far, even though we only have two episodes, so like we haven't gotten a chance to really go deep into every character. Each one it has such a already distinct personality that like you could take them anywhere. Like I already know how the personalities of each one,
Hmm.
and it hasn't been that long at all.
Yeah. Like, I love the main character already, just from the one panel he had at the beginning of the second, like, episode of him being like, his Batman moment of
Mhm.
there isn't a single person in the world who can escape
Justice.
justice. Like, yes, yes, you're so right, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. It's
Well,
so good.
and it's great because like he does this even in the first episode. He does a very simple thing where it's like he asks for information. Because like he wants to know what's going on to help him with his mission, and
Mhm.
then he did it with the mayor as well, where he deeply cares about justice and I guess others getting justice, and he wants them to feel safe. And so he reassures both the mayor in the first chapter and then this kid and his mom in the second one. Um, where he
Mhm.
clearly has like he wants to make an effort to make people want to feel safe,
Mhm.
not just doing the job. So even though he's technically a mercenary, um, just a merc for hire, uh, he's definitely got some other deep-seated wants and needs of protecting others, which I imagine the story will expound upon later.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
and I think that's one of the best things about putting an entry into this contest is having the ability to like having these characters and story elements that you can like expand upon later, you know,
Hmm. For sure.
and be able to explore those in other ways in other episodes, which I
Yeah.
think this did a really good job of.
Yeah, this is like the opportunity to like hook people with a good intro, and
Hmm.
then once you got it, like you just like Jade Fang said, sky's the limit.
yeah. So final
Yep.
verdict, Mark's Cliff. Pretty good.
Uh,
Nice.
Solid chance of
freaking
winning.
great. Yeah, very
Now
very solid. I would not be
let's see
surprised.
if this person has done any other stuff. Oh, they have. They're
Oh, I didn't even
experienced.
check.
They're experienced people. They this is not their first rodeo.
Okay.
So that's pretty good.
Oh yeah,
So
and it looks like this is a completely different art style from what they normally do,
oh
which is
yeah,
really
Mm,
fun.
that is.
nice.
They have range. I'm jealous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now it's my turn
Yeah.
to share. Now
All
my
right.
Ooh.
my thing that I looked up is a comic called The Pillar, which I
The
found
pillar.
on Reddit.
Okay.
Ooh.
Are we able to just search that up on Webtoon and it'll come up, right?
You know what? I don't know because I looked it up and I found it and I looked up like I found it by the link on Reddit. But
Oh,
it
can
looks
you
like it's like the first it's like the third one. I'll post it on
and
Yeah.
it's the
I'll post it
pillar.
on the Discord chat for you guys.
Yeah, do that for me. Is it the one by Blue Blue?
I think did not look at the
Yes.
name.
It's got the guy with purple
Oh
eyes.
yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's that one.
okay. He's got the neat hair. Already I like the type
Oh
for the
yeah, the
title.
art definitely sold me on this. I was like, oh, that looks cool. and
Yeah,
and
I'm liking it.
I am a basic dude. I like cool shit. If something looks nice, I'm gonna look at it.
All right.
Honestly, fair. I mean, art's where the hook is at usually when you're first going for a comic.
Unfortunately,
So,
there's only one page on this
There's
one,
no
so it's not
problem.
as big one. But I read it. I read through it. It's pretty cool. So anyway, summary time. In a
All
world
right.
where magic is second nature, a tyrant rules with an iron fist. The emperor, cruel, all-powerful, consumed by his obsession with magic, crushes his people to ensure no rival ever rises again against him. But Sho refuses to bow, with vengeance burning in his heart. He sets out on an impossible quest to slay the unkillable. Sho must outwit the Emperor's watchful eye and seize his one chance to strike. But is it possible to stand against a god? I cannot continue that voice. It's
ooh.
killing my throat.
You got it. All right. So, episode one.
So anyway, The Pillar, episode 1.
Oh, can I do this fucking
The announcer
Lars
guy.
voice?
Sure.
All right. One more minute to place your bets for the third fight of the day In the red corner, Gorham the Bone Breaker. Looking to extend his win streak.
I don't think you could have chose a better voice. I'm not gonna lie.
Thank you.
That's the
Thank you.
secretary from Mike Wazowski.
Thank you.
Yeah.
In the blue corner, a drifter from the outer rim, the young challenger. Show! That's a bored fucking name, kid. You need a new name.
Ha! Another nobody from the outer rim. From the bumpkins like you. Like, why do bumpkins like you keep showing up here?
By the way, sorry to interrupt. Someone in chat said I can barely hear one of the people talking. I don't know who that
Oh
is.
no.
Oh, uh-oh. I don't either. Wait,
Is
maybe I'll listen to the Twitch real quick and see if I can tell.
Oh damn
yeah.
it.
Hello?
Is it me? Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you guys hear me?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah. I think it is you, Curly.
Oh.
You're a little quiet.
Okay. How do I fix that?
I don't
You
know. That's
scream
difficult.
into the mic with vibrato.
my mic is like a foot away from me. Okay, hold on.
That means you
It
have
is
Oh, the
to.
one
is
who read
me.
the summary? Oh.
What else said it's
Oh,
curly?
then
Some Pantheon said it's curly.
it's if it's whoever read the summary, then it's me. That
Hold
just means
on.
I have to make
I
my
could
voice
just
more
be extra
bombastic.
loud because I was really loud in the Twitches, so I could just be extra loud.
Hold on.
Wait, I should open Twitch over here because I was looking there and I didn't.
Okay. Here, I'm gonna say something real quick because now I'm closer to my mic, so maybe this'll
So just make it
help.
more intimate.
Yeah, we're getting real intimate.
You
Okay,
like
yeah,
that?
I
You
sound
like that?
I sound good. Ew, shut the fuck up. I think I'm good now. I listened back to the stream. I think I'm good. I just need to sit up in my chair.
A curse.
I know. I wanted to lean back and relax, but gotta keep the people happy.
Oh, so
All
sad.
right. All
All
right,
right,
let's keep going.
back to the show.
Yeah.
I need, it's like, I need the cash, and there's a decent payout if I beat you. Ha 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 ha! Don't think, I don't think you, damn it. I don't think you know who
You
you're
got it.
dealing with, kid. I was almost chosen to be the clan's warrior for the games, you know. Wow, clan's warrior, is that so? Try to go easy on me, then Stonebreaker. It's Bonebreaker! Ooh, scary.
Reminder for all our fighters before we begin. Projectile weapons and projectile magic are prohibited. The fight only ends when one of you gives up, gets knocked unconscious, or drops dead. On my signal. Fight!
Ah! Squeak, squeak,
He's
squeak,
powering up.
squeak, 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 bing. Ha! Crystal magic, it's. Bing! Ugh. Oof. You thought you could catch me by. You thought you could catch me by surprise? What? Whoosh.
Whack.
Damn rusty rat! Don't think I'll let you run wild. Huh. Cling.
Oh, that kid's pretty fast.
Not not a bad swing, Bonebreaker. Guess you're not all talk. I'm going to finish this. Let's go then.
Oh shit, his eyes went purple!
Ooh, baddie
Purple
alert.
eye.
God, he is a baddie.
Sharingan sound.
Yeah, I'd have this guy's babies.
Whoosh.
Boom.
Boom. Oh. Ah. Wow.
Yeah! Oh my god! Oh my god! Take my kid, yeah!
Whoosh. Wham.
Oh, hit him so hard his sideburns started acting crazy.
What? His
Right on
sideburns?
the top of the head.
His sideburns separate. Impact damage.
Yeah, yeah, literally.
Nice doing business with you. Now, what do I have to drink around here? It's a knockout.
Here you
then
go. Oh
then
dang, hurry
re-seeing
up.
the fight. Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent use of
Hmm.
reuse of art right there.
Yep.
They got magical invisible cameras that come right in front of the characters.
Oh yeah, that's
Sweet.
definitely it.
Of
It's
course.
hey,
Of
from the
course.
beginning it said that there's magic in this world, so we'd never. It could be.
True. They might
You
have
know,
like what are they called? Like scrying eyes to in like magic or something. Just like
you
Camera
know,
balls.
the crystals coming out of the pickaxe and the glowing eye, that doesn't tell you there's magic here, you
Yeah.
know. It's
no, no,
just the
no,
beginning. Yeah.
none of that. I could do that in chemistry class.
Exactly, exactly.
Quite an
Quite an
impress.
impressive.
No, go
Oh.
ahead. No, go. You haven't had one yet. Go ahead.
Quite an impressive display you put up there. I can tell you seen your fair share of fights.
Huh? Glad you enjoyed the show.
I'm sure no one here expected you to defeat Gorham. I didn't know such a skilled magic users could be found in their outer rim. I'd like to buy you a drink.
Listen, mustache. I know which folks aren't too popular in this settlement, so why don't you just cut the chase and tell me what you want?
Uh, my apologies. Was that obvious? You're correct, I do need something. I want to hire a bodyguard to make the crossing to the next settlement. I'm part of the Draker Root clan. We've been traveling to the Pillar, but a group of us got stuck here after having some issues with our vehicles. We're supposed to catch up to the rest of the clan in the next city, but making the crossing with so few of us could be dangerous. I've heard rumors of bandits attacking travel.
Get to the point. What's your offer?
Oh, well, we can offer 1,000 coins.
1,000 coins. A crossing guard is worth at least twice that much. No way, mustache. Try someone else.
We've already asked around. Just like you, everyone has turned us down.
I wonder why, cheapskate. Oh, and you thought, and you thought a rustlot like me might be cheaper labor?
No, it's all we can afford. Our vehicle repairs just cost us more than we expected. If you change your mind, we're stationed at the south exit. We're leaving tomorrow at dawn.
Good luck with that. Hmm. I don't have time for chariot cases.
Oh snap.
Ugh. Stare.
He's having his introspective moment.
His curse mark. Got this from Orochimaru. I can't get distracted.
Oh snap.
There are other
Illuminati.
things I need to take care of. Smash.
Holy.
And we're done here.
Okay.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
The art is super solid.
Art is great.
Really dynamic. Yeah.
Hmm.
The
The
art is what also sold me because I love dynamic art. Because I know how it's so immersive seeing the action poses because I've actually been studying them for my webcomic because it's going I like the chapter I'm currently working on has lots of fight scenes and I have to
mhm.
study the art of making poses look like they're moving when they're not. So I
Oh
really
yeah.
appreciate when people can do those right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're preaching to the choir here. I just finished illustrating for my other story like almost an 80-page fight scene.
Oh dear God, God
Yeah,
Dang.
help you, man.
yeah. Dude, it's finally over. And I am very proud of it. But yeah, uh the fight scenes are people definitely underestimate how much storytelling you can accomplish with just action sequences and fight scenes.
Mhm.
And I think this story did a pretty good job sort of creating enough intrigue with our main character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
There.
the I think my only little gripe with it is that they it's not like a bad thing, but they think they over explained on on the summary of this story. I think they could have like become like a little bit more vague because they're not like
Mm.
dropping the entire story premise in the first chapter. I think it's gonna take like, at least like 3 chapters for you to see the person showing their motive of trying to take down the king that's actually a god.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But it's not
That
bad. It's just it's the restraint. It's the problem with restraining your posting is what I would say.
Yeah.
mhm.
Because I think if
Well, it's always
all
hard to know.
no,
Oh,
because I
sorry.
think this wouldn't be a problem if all 3 chapters that this person made were up already, and like you saw like the premise already coming to light. But
Hmm.
this is like a microaggression. It's not a big deal. Like once the story progresses, it has like the normal 3 chapters that webtoon says. Oh, you want to post 3 chapters to get people to start liking your comic. Then this would like not be
Yeah.
a problem at all.
Well, it's always hard to know what to put in your synopsis, especially when you don't, that's not something you really do
No, yeah,
very
Nope.
often is make synopsises and summarizing because it's hard to try and summarize the core aspects in like what like 200 words. So or whatever.
oh yeah, definitely. No, it's hard to make a synopsis. Period.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I did not hear like the past 20 seconds of what y'all were saying.
Oh, we
But
were
that's
just
fine.
Wow,
That's
thanks for
fine.
paying attention.
No, no, no. Because like there's something messed up on Discord.
Just kidding.
You roboted into the void. I was like, is it me? Am I the
so
problem?
anyway, we're just saying that synopses are hard.
Ah, fair enough. They are.
I think for me, one thing that kind of caught me off guard a little bit for this one was just how many things were bolded and emphasized inside the speech bubbles. Because I
Mm.
paid close attention to that stuff, and it kind of caught me off guard because there was like one in basically
Oh
like
yeah, that is definitely a
every
thing that
other
was there.
speech
Yeah.
bubble.
Now that I'm thinking about
Yeah,
it.
I
Like
was like, oh my.
like I'm reading this one now. I don't think like when he calls the guy mustache, which is like good one, buddy. I didn't, but
Yeah,
good one. Yeah, you pointed out his
creative,
mustache.
creative.
I
Yeah.
don't think that needed to be bolded.
hmm
Um, I
Well,
the
it's
only like edge folk, sure. Like I guess that's supposed to be a popular thing. Like they're scrutinized.
Well, I know a lot of people tend to bold stuff that are, I guess, important or like titles and stuff that maybe you want to remember. But there is
Hmm.
there's like those type of things, and then there's also like emphasis where you would add some sort of like
Well,
cadence difference into that
that's
word,
that's
you
how I
know.
always read it.
hmm
Like whenever I see something bolded or italicized in text, I think, oh, this is supposed to. They are like actually saying this word with more emphasis than other words. So
Yeah.
like when I see him say, "Ah, my apologies," like why is that emphasized? You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Just be like, "Ah, my apologies." Was I that obvious? Like,
And then
um,
like in the next thing he says to hire a bodyguard.
yeah,
I
just
it's
why does
like I don't
that?
understand that one.
Yeah, it's there's no reason to emphasize that.
hmm Yeah, but that was just
But
something that kind of caught me off guard a little bit.
yeah, it's a nitpick for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I think it's pretty intriguing to start. Um, our main character is pretty, what's the word? He's a bit brooding, I guess.
hmm
He's not very friendly.
He's a Sasuke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little full of himself, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
A lot of
definitely got
He
confidence.
has
a lot of room for
protagonist
character
energy.
growth. Yeah.
He is like protagonist in the beginning of a journey energy. Like I know I'm the shit, and I know I'm gonna get the shit kicked out of me eventually. It's going
Like,
to
bro, you need to
happen.
sit down.
Oh,
Sit
look at
down,
that.
humble yourself a little bit.
We have a new guest. We do. Oh, never mind. He hasn't come here
No,
yet.
no, you don't. I'm sorry. My freaking for some reason now of all times, like Discord wants to be weird, and you guys like just go silent for no reason.
Oh,
Oh, that's weird.
It's very
that is very
irritating.
weird. Oh, there he
Oh,
is.
now
Hey,
we
speaking of
actually do.
devil.
Oh, look at that. Now we have a new person here. You know, a new challenger
Arrived.
arises. I'll let him introduce himself while I look for his little icon that I did. There he is. Wait, give us a little introduction of yourself. Who are you, man?
Ah.
Oh,
Oh wait, he's gone. Or he's here. He's here.
there.
I'm thinking, oh
Oh no. Technical
Oh,
boy.
difficulties. Oh, that's
What is
better.
going on?
Okay.
Okay, go. I love the popcorn eating thing. Well, I think, am I lagging?
Oh
Or right,
wait,
there we
the
go.
transmission. Wait, the transmission stop. Is it working? Let's check out.
Oh, it went offline, yeah.
There.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it just.
I
Uh-oh.
think it's back up, right?
It's not letting me hit
Uh,
play or anything. Let me reload the Twitch.
Man, something
Oh,
happened.
no,
Let me
it
just
says
check
it's
real
down.
quick. Did it go offline?
Oh yeah. Yeah, the live's
It's because
gone.
I
Oh
joined.
damn it! Give me a
Oh
second.
no.
What is
You
going
cursed
on
it. You
here?
broke it all. This is all your fault.
You fool!
What did you do? Yep. You
Oh
can't
man.
escape it. You can't escape it.
All right, I
Oh,
It's
think it's back
impossible.
up.
ah.
I think it's working again.
Yeah. Let me try reloading here. Ah.
Is it
Oh, there it
working
Oh
goes.
again?
Yep,
yeah,
it's
there we
back.
go.
Testing,
Yeah,
testing.
there we
All right,
go.
we got it back.
It's, I have a blank screen. Says something. Hmm.
Is
There it is. Okay, it's up. It's up.
all right. It's up. It's good. We're good. Everything's working again.
There we go. I gotta tell everybody to come
Hello?
back.
All right. Right, people. When people come back.
There we go.
There we go.
Whew.
We're
Are
Alive.
we
back,
back?
and
We're
we have
we're back.
a new person to have
Yeah,
Oh, I broke
opinions
he
the
about
broke
stream.
things.
he broke the stream, guys. It was his
Yeah,
fault.
his
Yes.
massive ego came, like his massive internet presence came in and just broke the entire stream.
Yep.
That dragon ass broke it all. All right.
All right, just give us your little introduction of who you are, so everyone can know.
Oh yeah. So I go by Huff the Dragon, and I do the webtoon Huff. um, yeah. So I mainly just do a. It's kind of like a isekai where a guy gets, you know, sent to another world and he's a dragon suddenly, and he can't understand anything anyone's saying, so he has to kind of just work through the chaotic crap that happens around him as he gets through and understands how he's there and how to get home. So, and yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just an old guy trying to make comics. Got back into it in my 40s, and here I am.
Yeah. Also, before we
Nice.
forget, just like give us like a little where we can find you on the old internet.
Oh, the old internet. You can find me on Webtoons, Global Comic, Namikami, and I'm actually on Manga Plus as well. Uh, and then I post more often on probably Twitter than I will not call it X,
Yeah,
than anything
I'll
else. But
definitely remember to get all you guys' contact information and put it on this stream later, because
Yeah, go ahead and put
yeah,
my number and
Mm.
social security on there while you're at
yeah,
it.
give me your
Yeah, my
credit card
address.
information
Yeah,
and
just
credit
go ahead
card
and dox me.
information.
I've been finding life to be a little too boring, you see.
yeah,
You like living on the edge.
yeah. My
Yep,
A
credit
little
yep.
bit of
must be high. Let's
challenge.
lower that.
I need like real life pressure to finish my comics faster, you
Yeah.
know?
There you go. Yeah, need that firecracker under your butt.
Exactly.
Yeah, I need one too, actually. The old lack of energy is getting to me.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Uh,
So anyway, Huff, we've been reviewing some comics that we found that were really cool. Like
all
all
right.
the titles that everyone brought was nice. So,
hmm
did you bring us something to consume with our eyeballs?
I did. I brought a few. Hopefully it's not ones you've already shown. I was in the middle of streaming, so I couldn't follow along on what's already been read, but I do have a couple here. There's actually one that has yet to be submitted. That's by a friend, uh,
Okay.
that an artist friend. They're about to submit it. It's called Demonic Love. I can put the link here in
Mm.
the
Oh,
Discord chat.
Okay.
I think I've seen them post like snippets of that
Yeah,
around a
yeah.
little
They're
bit.
Can you
they're
find
about
it? Can I
to
find
they're
it if
about
I
to
put
their
the link of it? I mean the title of it.
yeah. I'll just put it right here in the chat.
Oh
It's
yeah,
this
that would
one. They
help.
haven't submitted it to the contest yet. But that is the one they are going to submit.
Okay,
I figured,
nice.
I'd like to support, people I interact with
Oh,
on
that's cool.
Twitter.
Let's have a
The
look see
other,
at it.
and I have a couple other ones I actually picked before I found that they were actually about to submit, so I
All
can
right,
share
there.
those.
Just one at a time. We can only focus so
Yeah,
much.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah. So we'll do
everyone
this
here has three brain cells, and they're all fighting for fourth place.
three.
Exactly.
I don't even have
That's
that many.
generous.
Oh wait, wrong thing.
I'm lucky to have one.
Ooh, it's a romance drama.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
All right, this
I
one
mean,
looks pretty big, so we're going to be focusing on the first three episodes
yeah.
Got
because.
you.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
All right,
Excuse
so
me.
just so you know, ground rules here, Huff. Who brings
Yes.
the comic must read the description and also read it out loud for everyone. We will help
Oh, okay.
with side
Let me get the
characters.
Yes.
Okay, so I will read the description. Well, the title is Demonic Love by Alex Anteater, and the description is Ruby, a young demon girl, has been in love with her childhood friend Nathan since he saved her from a group of bullies. Now, both in high school, Ruby is building up her courage to tell him their true feelings. But will her insecurities get the better of her? Does Nathan feel the same way? How will their relationship change when she finally tells them? Follow along on this heartfelt romance between a human and a demon. Slow burn romance updates every 2 weeks. There you go.
Nice,
Okay.
Amazing dramatic reading. Love it.
amazing.
All
Wonderful.
right.
You know, before we get into this, I always find these kind of stories hilarious. It's like
Yeah.
no, like not the romance part. Like when you put like a completely different kind of creature inside the story, like a demon in a high school, and
Oh
everyone's
yeah.
just okay with it.
Ah.
Because like no, like in real
Yeah. Yeah.
life, if a demon spawned into the world and he was in like some sort of high school, people would not be
Uh,
okay with it. People would be wondering where it came from, and
Well,
probably
Government.
looking for a priest.
that's kind of what kind of happens in the beginning here. If you read the episode, it's like that. I
Shh, no
think that the
spoilers.
artist kind of took that in. Yeah.
We're getting into it.
Well, you'll see. Yeah. All right.
No,
So I
but
gotta
I'm saying
read
like
along here.
generally in these kind of stories, like oh, we're in a world where demons are living in high school and everyone's already cool with it.
Well,
Everyone's like,
if
Yeah.
they're
oh,
living in high school, I assume that demons have just kind of always been walking the earth. So at this point, it's like, who cares, right?
no, there's always like
Yeah.
that
It's kind of
explanation,
like
like the demon world opened and there was war, but now we're chill and now we're having high school adventures.
Yeah.
yeah. All right. So am I doing the narrating here?
Yes, and you're also going to be
All
the
right.
main character, so get your girly voice
Okay.
ready.
Okay. In a time where humans and demons live side by side, one cold autumn morning. Oh wait, I gotta wait for you to scroll. Actually, I should be watching the
No.
Discord.
Yeah,
So
it's delayed a little bit.
we've been, at least I've been just on my own
Yeah, Discord has
link.
not been working for us. Like I try to
Oh,
stream
we got
my
okay.
screen on Discord so you can see, but it's not
Yeah.
working. So now we're just
We're
gonna
all
either opening.
Narrate as you go. A young demon girl walks to school alone. There it is. Huh?
here. I can read I can be the bully if you want.
All right.
All right. I told you guys it always walks to school this way.
You were right, Sato. That thing is ugly.
It's
It's
hideous.
hi-
Just look at that red skin and those horns.
What's with
Tremble.
all that hair? I bet it's never even washed it. The fact that they allow a thing like that to go to school with us, normal people, is sickening.
Where's your ID?
Mhm.
Where's your social security number? We're gonna get you deported. hey, Saito. Hey, Sato. Look, I think it's hiding its tail under its skirt.
There's only
Hey
one
kitty,
way to find out.
Grab it.
where where is she hiding that tail?
You don't want to know.
Maybe she probably wraps it around like a belt.
Like
That's what I would
like a
do.
Dash.
Saiyan.
Yeah, exactly. Doing the Vegeta fit.
Spin.
Le spin. Le
The
dash.
dash. Ugly, hideous. Where do you think you're
Where are
running,
you
demon?
running to, dude?
Oh, go ahead.
Okay. Where are you running to, demon? You can't outrun us. You're trying to run all the way back to the demon world?
Sickening.
Come on, girl, get some pep in your step.
She's like lightly jogging.
Yeah, she's like, come on, let's go.
Just lightly jogging.
Whack.
Whack. Splat.
Talk talk about
Son of,
pathetic. Did you see how
son of a bitch.
awful it
Son of a bitch.
ran?
Look at that.
Now,
Like it. She was running all this time and she had to trip on the one puddle. That was
Yeah,
Hey,
right in
that's
the one mud spot.
just my
that's
luck.
literally my life. I
Just like
landed
the
in a
men's
pile of
Seinfeld
dog shit.
noises. Dun, dun, dun,
That's happened to me before. Oh my god. I can relate.
Now look at it. The dirt where it belongs.
all
Please.
right, boys, let's see if it has a tail.
Please. I just want to go to school.
We don't want things like you in our schools. You're a disgusting, evil demon that has no business living with normal people. You weren't made in the image of God.
Stop there, criminals.
I hope this
Guess
kid eats shit.
because this is the main character, so.
Oh my
Stop
god.
there, criminals. I will not allow this injustice to continue. Like he has a deep voice.
I like
That
his really mature voice at like 8
Yeah,
years old.
he's
oh my
like,
god.
It's like a full grown man.
Like
he's like, I have
his
Benjamin
balls already
Buttons.
dropped. What the fuck happened? Who's that weirdo?
He's got Benjamin Buttons.
He's like, it's a condition.
It's a medical condition. Is he wearing a cape?
I am a hero of justice, and I will not stand by and let criminals like you go unpunished.
Dude, it's a demon. Chill out.
Just ignore that loser and let's get back to what we were doing.
My wife said I sound like Powder Toast Man.
That's awesome.
Is he gonna fly backwards? Whack. That's whack, man.
Yeah.
I've got plenty of rocks with your names on them. Criminal scum, pull.
And I polished them all too, so they're perfectly symmetrical, spherical. So they're aerodynamic.
This
Oh
one's
my
rather
god, it's another
fun.
circles rock. I did not think it was gonna be another one. Whack.
Whoosh. Whack. Dash.
Kid is crazy.
Run for it. I don't want to get hit by a rock. Especially if it's
Stop running away, you
spherical.
cowards! He's just one loser!
You're running too.
Shut your mouth! Damn, he hit that kid right in the fucking schnoz too.
Man,
What,
that
what
Yeah,
an
his like
arm
nose
on
is
him!
broke.
This kid, I swear to God, if this kid does not become a D1 pitcher by the time he's in adulthood, I'm gonna have problems.
It turns out they were the ones who are the cowards after all. Hey, baby. Are you okay? It's alright. I'm not gonna hurt you. You're safe now.
Proceeds to get holy water.
Woo.
Demonic love.
Wow.
All right.
So cute.
Yeah, pretty cute.
Yeah.
Oh, nice art too.
Yeah, I do like their art, actually. I like the paneling they do. It's pretty good.
All right, first chapter done. This is definitely a good read. I would just say it's a personal gripe for me. Action poses are very hard to do,
Yeah.
and it shows the person. The thing about action poses for you to make a pose, look that there's movement behind it. You usually have to make the person uh, in a pose that would not be balanced in the stationary pose. I'm gonna see
Right.
if I can find an example here. Like a good example would be like these kids running.
Yeah.
There's also like when she was running as well, because let's see if I can find
Yeah.
a picture of it
You
here.
got to find like the apex of the movement
Here it is.
usually, and
Yeah. No,
they're
because
like
like usually
halfway
when
into
you're
it.
in a movement position, your center of gravity
Yeah.
is either behind the body or in front of the body. Which if
Yeah.
you're like in a completely stationary position, you would fall over. But that's what gives the
Right.
illusion of the pose. It's like, oh, it's the person's in movement, because if they
Yes.
were in a completely still pose if they were completely still in this pose, they would fall over. So
Right.
it's not that it's bad. It's
Yeah,
just like a little
It's a little stiff.
detail, little tip.
I think it's
Yeah.
just a case of like, artists would probably do well to just spend some more time studying from life and stuff to get a better idea of
Yeah.
poses and how people move and stuff. Because there are a few poses in here that do look a little rough.
Yeah.
I think the slingshot one too, where he's pulling it back. Um, I think there's definitely a lack
Oh yeah,
of
this is Huff's friend. We can
uh,
ask him directly. Huff, is this like this your friend's like first webcomic, or is this like
They have a couple, but yeah, they're relatively new.
yeah, like it's not bad, but it's like you can see that the person's learning, because like
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
positioning posing
yeah.
it's a hard thing to do, and
for sure.
also
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
dynamic
Mhm.
difficult.
posing is like a bitch to
Yeah.
get
Oh yeah.
to get good
Literally have to
It
with
find the
it.
apex of the movement, like at the most, like the last point of the movement before you like retract and go the other way. If you're like running, you find the very like furthest point your arm and leg are gonna go usually
Mhm.
before you start pulling to the other way. And that's usually the pose you want to capture with any anime. And like even with punching, you never actually draw the impact. You draw like the fist past where the impact was, and then the other person's like head is like flying backwards, but you never actually draw the fist actually like hitting the person. It's
Yeah.
always like
I th-
after the fact. You're going
true.
Yeah.
beyond like the
I
hit.
think I think there's cases where the opposite can be done as well, um, where depending on like the type of frame you're going for. Like I've seen some frames in comics where like it's a profile shot of like a punch going directly into someone's nose, and that's what they
Oh
show.
yeah,
They like
I have
show
one
the
in my
like
like that.
the fist like just crunching into a guy's face or something, which like creates a lot of impact or something.
Yeah, I have a
Um,
Mhm.
gut punch in mind where the guy's fist like goes into his gut so hard you can see the imprint on the backside of him.
yeah, some Dragon Ball shit
Yeah,
where it goes through the whole body.
like I told you guys in the
Yeah.
beginning, like the making actions in comic is like a fine art. Like the things that I've
Mhm.
learned is that if you're drawing like the action directly, is because you want to show that the action was quickly done and the person did not have time to react to it. Or
Yeah.
like other times, like what you see is like the before movement and then the after effect, either like the person gets hit or like a dodge from the person. So a fight is either
Mhm.
like done by those two things. Either the action happens, the opposing force does not have time to react and just take the full blunt, or you see like a wind up and then the after shot, but you don't see the middle. It's just
Mhm.
like a
Yeah, this is like one
TLDR
of
of
those.
what I've learned from it.
Yeah, you can definitely tell this comic is like somebody who spent a lot of time like drawing faces, but not so
Yeah,
much the
this
body
person
very often.
Yeah, this person definitely is like an OC drawer. Like he draws like, oh, I draw all these cool
Yeah,
characters, but you're still getting to drawing the characters posed in different
I
awkward movements. And also, what's
I
the
I
yeah,
wouldn't.
yeah.
I think it really just comes down to just a lack of studying. Because I don't know if being an OC artist has anything to do with it. Because like I basically exclusively only draw my own
no?
characters and
I'm saying
stuff.
like the
I
person like draws like characters, but don't draw like, oh, drawing
Like
characters,
portrait
but like
shots only.
doing different things that you normally. It's not just like a stationary pose. Like you're not drawing the
oh,
person
you
like
mean it's you? So it's just yeah, I know what you mean. Because a lot of people do that. Like they'll be drawing OCs, and it's usually just them like looking stage left or something.
yeah.
and just kind of
Mhm.
standing around.
It's like
And
you
you
can
just
see
like
if the
Um,
bust
person
up or
has
just
is not
portrait.
as experienced in drawing like a person running or a person jumping, or
Yeah,
I
what's the name of foreshortening? Yeah, because
yeah,
like you guys were saying, like in this slingshot pool, like you can tell like there's little foreshortening on the
mhm.
arms and whatnot. But that's
I do get
foreshortening is
the
hard, so I'm not even gonna blame them.
yeah, perspective is hard, but I do get the feeling that this artist uses 3D like models as
yeah,
reference for a lot of their stuff, which is not a bad thing at all. I mean, like I use 3D models when I do like my webcomic stuff, but I think if you lean on them too hard, it can kind of be a bit of like a crutch almost and can hinder your anatomy abilities, especially because a lot of 3D models are not very anatomically correct. And so you
yeah.
kind
I
of
hmm
have
don't
to
like
you
it
just
for
use them as a
videos very much.
reference.
Yeah,
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 definitely
and
don't
also
ever like directly trace over them.
yeah, and like the portrait, like the perspective you got to watch out for. Like this arm here, like a lot of times artists don't realize when you have like a perspective where the arm's supposed to be back, and you're completely obscuring the forearm with his hand, like the forearm's completely obscured with the hand. It makes it look like the bicep and the hand, it like he has no forearm. It's just like this stubby
yeah.
thing. So it removes the depth perception here. So what you have to do is you have to angle it a little bit so you actually see some of the forearm, without completely obscuring it. Otherwise, yeah, you get this really weird, effect that doesn't translate very well.
yeah.
Unless you're
And
really good at shading. Like if you do the shading right, you can get away with it. But since this is just like a simple light cell shade, it's not going to be it's not going to you're not going to be able to pull off that perspective very well.
I think I think the bigger issue with the panel we're on is honestly less with the back arm and more with the front arm going across his body instead of foreshortening it towards the metaphorical
Yeah.
camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Because
true.
like whenever I don't know, I imagine everyone knows how a slingshot works. Even if you never shot one, you got to extend your arm out so you get as much pull on the rubber as possible. And it looks like he has it just over on like to the left side of his body, um, which again is just lack of the
It's a
of
lack of
knowledge.
experience. They
Mhm.
they,
Yeah,
they the person got
Yeah.
the idea in mind. They just need a little more practice.
Mhm.
yeah, that's
And I
all it
don't
There
is.
was
think
there
I think
is
for the skills they have, what they have right here is great. Like, it's not bad at all for
yeah.
the skills that they have.
Like I think they like if they pulled this image would look better in a different position, but I would imagine that the different position, like using foreshortening, getting the position is like maybe beyond the artist's
Mhm.
current skill
I did
set. So
notice
they
one
got the
other thing.
best they got. Like this is the best I can do right now. So let's just put it
Mhm. And
down.
it
And it's not a
it
bad thing.
translates story-wise well.
It translate if
Yeah,
it's
I did notice.
for me personally, if it's passing the message that the artist wanted to do, it works. But all
Yeah,
we're saying is like
Mhm.
it, the person's still learning.
yeah,
And
yeah. Because they broke the 180 view a few times in this
they
episode.
did,
I
and
noticed.
it kind of did
I
confuse
saw
me a
that.
little bit.
Yeah, a few points.
But
It
hey,
was toward the end. Like, yeah, they switched the positions, and yeah, I didn't notice that at first, but I was like, oh. After I went back through it, I was like, oh yeah, there was a couple points where the 180 view got broken. Like, they have the hero on the same side as the girl, and then they switch it suddenly, and he's on the other side, and it was a little jarring. Like that's not what you're supposed to do in a like when you always want to keep like one character on one side and the other on the other. But they had both on the same side. Maybe because of the view, they should have changed that first view when they introduced the guy in the cape, and kept him on the left side and her on the right side. But instead, they kind of had both on the same side, and then the bully was also on the same side. So there's a lot of 180 breaks there.
yeah.
hmm
So this was
Which,
what I
yeah,
was
you're
Also,
trying to say.
gonna avoid.
Like the person's like really
Yeah,
good at drawing their OCs and cute poses, but maybe not dynamic poses. Like you can see, like they're really good in the end there.
yeah, it's
sure,
just
yeah,
some study work they got to do to
yeah.
improve. They'll get it. I always recommend drawing comics to people who draw because it's like, hey, you're gonna
Oh,
you're gonna end up drawing like all kinds of situations and poses you never normally draw
oh,
if you're just
drawing
drawing like
comics is a trial
those
by
scenes.
fire. I remember the
Oh,
first
and
one
it
I
but it
did.
improves it
hmm
improves you
Mhm.
so much. Just so
Yeah,
quickly after a few episodes, you get so much better.
Yeah, and you also
yeah.
like
Yeah.
you learn that like man, I don't know how to draw so many things that I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can say after drawing 180 pages of a graphic novel, like I would not be nearly as good as I am now if I didn't start my comic. And even the art in the beginning of the story is pretty rough, but like, there's like a
Yeah.
clear, like with each chapter, there's a clear visual improvement that like I notice. And even though I still like I look at it, I'm like I have such a long way to go. Um, Seeing that visual improvement on your own work is very encouraging. So,
Oh yeah, mine's like that. It's like night and day from beginning to where
oh
I'm
yeah,
currently at.
like if I look at page one of my comic versus page like 183, like
Yeah,
it's not even close. It's not even
right.
close in the quality of detail and
Mhm.
just overall knowledge I've gained over the years.
Mhm.
So I did link another one that I did like in the chat here whenever
All
you want
right.
to move on.
Oh yeah, I was
That's so
also gonna.
funny. That was actually my second one I chose.
Oh yeah,
Really? I have one
Yeah.
nice.
more I chose. You reviewed that one.
We didn't
No,
go
we
over that
haven't
one
yet.
yet.
We haven't yet.
No.
I was
Oh,
also gonna say like a little joke is that I think the main characters have leaf powers because whenever like the main girl or the main guy appear, like leaves just appear in the background.
Oh
Like you'll
yeah.
see there's no leaves anywhere else. Like the
they're
bullies are
plot leads.
talking, no leaves. Then superhero guy leaves behind it heroically. So I am certain he has they have like the superpower to spawn leaves wherever they're at. And if they
Yeah.
don't, I will
The
be.
most useless superpower on the planet.
And if he
Maybe.
does
If
it,
you can-
I will be very annoyed.
Yeah, you just wait until you got a leaves in your yard you need to rake up, then call me useless again. See what happens. I
It's
won't
fair
be
enough.
cleaning up I won't be cleaning up
Fair
your
enough.
yard.
Leaves in their eyes. They can't see me. They're
The
blind.
Yeah. The only other thing, which is sometimes by comic artists sort of underrated, I suppose, is angles. This first chapter, again, it's the first one. I don't know if that improves later on. It's a lot of shot reverse shot, like a lot of you show the character, then you reverse the shot to the other character looking at that character. You don't see a whole lot of panels that consist of multiple characters talking to each other, rather just
Mm,
a static shot, usually waist up of that character, just except for a couple of standout ones.
Oh, I'm
mhm,
Um,
guilty of
and
doing that.
yeah, no, yeah, for sure. And that's something that I always try my my best to kind of avoid is like having a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? Um
Different angles
v-
or
variety in your shot composition, because otherwise it can get very static and boring pretty fast. But if you're constantly kind of changing up the angle of where the camera is, choosing the most interesting angle for the most if the angle that works best for that particular scene,
yeah,
particular panel, it'll really keep up the visual interest.
yeah. But
mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
then
agree.
again,
Like, because
like I said in the beginning, this person looks like they're new to all this.
no,
They're
for
probably
sure,
learning,
yeah.
but it's
no, I
definitely
imagine,
something.
but
It's definitely something for them
Yeah.
to like look up how to do later, like practice a
no,
little
for
bit.
sure.
Yeah.
But no matter what stage of an artist you are, I think it's good for to take whatever criticism you can, especially early on.
Yeah.
I would rather have gotten my criticisms earlier than later, so you can
Yeah.
save yourself the headache later on.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
Yeah, I got
like the
criticism from Antarctic Press when I tried to submit and Dark Horse, and they
mhm,
just said like the art's fine, but the perspective I got to work on because
mhm.
it's a lot of static
No,
camera shots, just like
some
you
of
were
them
talking about.
some of the most valuable criticism I ever got was from I don't know if you guys know the artist Coterie Inc. Sarush Barazesh, who made Kings of Nowhere. He's a he's a pretty he's a big comic artist who is published by Dark Horse, and he is going to be publishing a new 300-page graphic novel this year under Sandstorm Comics. But he helped me out a lot in the beginning when I was making stuff. And it was early on, and just getting that kind of advice from really anyone, it really helped me develop massively without it. Because trying to improve on your own. Like you will improve, but you're going to improve way more with another set of eyes telling you what doesn't look good or look right.
Flipping the
Mhm.
canvas is important.
Oh yeah, the flipping the
Oh yeah,
canvas.
oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
First time you
Flip.
ever flipped a canvas, you're like, oh my god.
Yep, yep. I remember that moment for me. I was like, "Holy shit, this looks. Oh, why is it
It
there?"
looks like that guy of Goonies.
Yeah, right.
It's like you flip the
Block.
canvas, the horror music starts. It's like, oh god.
Hmm.
Mhm.
So anyway, let's go to chapter 2.
All
Let's see
right.
let's see how this story progresses.
Yeah. Oop, I think I almost closed it. There we are. Chapter 2.
Hero's Promise.
Ah,
All right, Huff, take it away.
all right. Heh, yet another victory for the hero of justice. Why? Why? Why did you save me?
Do you
Huh?
want? Do,
Huh?
Because you were in trouble as a hero. It's my duty to protect people in danger. I think the stream lags behind, so I'm not exactly
Oh.
sure where you are in the scrolling. But don't you hate me? Hate you? Why would I hate you? But because I'm a demon? Looks like she has a beard.
It's the mud water.
She's so dirty.
I know, it's just like a mud beard.
your 5 o'clock shadow.
It's too early for humans hate me. It's her. It's her. The demon. I heard demons breathe fire. She looks
Looks
so
so
weird.
weird.
It might burn down the school and all of us too.
They all call me names and look at me weird. They tell me to go back to the demon world. They say I don't belong here.
Red Skid Freak is wild.
Oh,
Yeah, it
I got
is.
like
That
I
one's
got crap like
crazy.
that. Those things aren't even near as bad as the shit I
Who
got in
even
high school.
writes at the desk anymore?
I know, right? That's the
This
desk
is
I
like
inherited
bathroom
back in
stall kind of
class.
shit.
Yeah, right. Don't you feel the same?
Don't you feel? Yeah, right.
Of course I don't. As a hero of justice, it's my duty to protect those who need help, whether they're human or demon. I love giving this guy like a huge buff dude voice.
Sniff, sniff.
Snuffle, snuffle. Looks. Pull. Here, you can use this to clean the mud off your face. I'll just give him a regular voice since he took off the shirt. No, no,
That's
I
good.
couldn't. I'll get it all dirty. It's fine. It's only a blanket. I get dirty all the time. My mam always cleans it. My mam.
Ma'am, where's
Oh,
this guy from?
Ma'am?
my mam. My
He's extra
mam.
southern.
Wait, is this a southern accent? Am I doing it wrong?
I don't think so.
Well, let me try it again. My mam always cleans it. Like,
He's a southern boy, good fucking
okay,
pure
one
of
more time.
heart, dumb of ass.
Is it okay if I ask what your name is?
That's great.
It's Ruby. It's nice to meet you, Ruby. When I'm not a hero of justice, my name is Nathan.
Oh yeah.
Nathan. Maybe I should do like what's his name from Hank Hill or Kingdom of the Hill. You got in the
Bobby.
same school as me, right? Where you were heading? Uh huh. Dale. But those criminals ambushed and chased you, didn't they? Uh-huh.
This looks like a
Well, I
like that
can't call
pose from Attack on Titan.
him.
She's like
Well, I
grabbing
can't
onto
call
the
myself
scarf for their dear life.
if I allow injustice like this to continue. Grab. Ruby? Oh wait, who's talking? Oh, he's got the cape back on.
Yeah.
Ruby, I shall make you a hero's promise. From this day, I promise to walk with you to school every day and protect you from all harm. Gasp! Stars twinkle, ooh ooh. Come on, let's go. Ruby, whoops, grab. As they
Twinkle,
run off
twinkle,
into the
star,
sunset.
star.
They run off into the sunset and then incinerate. Because of
Oh.
2D.
My
The
first human
heroes.
sacrifice.
Oh, I'll take you home to my Satterwim. The hero stayed true to his promise and walked beside the demon girl every damn day.
And he was never
Through
hurt him
sunshine
again.
and rain. And through scorching heat and bitter cold. I can't wear hats because my horns protrude. Wait, that's so? You'd still want to wear it, right? Step. He's doing the Michael Jackson spin. They stood by each other's side for years, and now he's a
Wait, don't,
man.
don't demons breathe fire? Why would they need be cold in the winter? They can just breathe on
Yeah,
themselves.
right?
She's
Good
being
morning,
considerate.
Ruby. Oh, yeah. Maybe I'm too far ahead.
Oh, she got
I'll let you
extra
finish.
horny when she got older.
Oh, yeah. Good morning, Ruby.
Uh,
Horn, eyes. Oh. Tit shot.
all right, and chapter 2 finished.
We've got to show that booba.
Of course, you got to do the fan
Mhm.
service. What are the people? It's what
There
the
it
people
is.
want.
See, look. That's the pose they're good at drawing, you see.
Yeah, they're good at drawing cute
Yeah.
poses. Just don't make
Yeah.
them run. Make them lightly jog.
It
It's like
looks
a
like
chase
she's like
scene,
got
but
her
people
hand
are
on her
lightly
skirt.
jogging after each other.
Now, where her hand is placed, it looks like she's about to pull her skirt up and give him a peep.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that is true.
Real quick, just a quick flash, you know.
She's like, is that what it looks like?
Oh, pennies! Oh!
So what? Like they're now in
So
like what
now
now
they're
in
in
high
high
school or
school.
High
something?
school.
Okay.
All right, let's see the final chapter, chapter 3, see to give our final verdict after this one.
All right.
You're up,
God
Huff Man.
damn!
Oh,
Look at this guy's
good
neck.
morning, Nathan. What neck? Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That
yeah.
Oh
neck.
my God.
He
Oh
got a
That's
god,
like the
beefy
blue
neck.
damn.
Holy
My
hell!
dude is
Good.
beefed
Oh,
up.
you know
This
what? Like, you know what?
posture's scared of him.
This person's
Have you seen Blue
crazy.
X?
No, this person,
Yeah,
he
Blue
took
X is
some,
literally the same.
pointers from that African clan where people like put like rings around their neck.
Mm.
Oh my
Scoliosis
God.
final boss.
I know where they got
You're
this
approaching
crap.
me.
Neck. That Blue Exorcist neck. Oh my God. Okay. Anyway, it's quite a nice day. Wait, it's quite a nice day for autumn, don't you think? Yeah, it's lovely.
Man, she's like
You ready to
staring
head
down at
off?
his crotch right there.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that's what he's doing.
I
What
No.
she's
locked
doing.
in.
Oh yeah,
She's
that's
all
definitely not what she's
sausage.
doing.
I don't know
Yeah,
who's
yeah.
saying yes here. Yeah, yes,
Yes, yeah.
yes, yes. Glance. Glow provided by Ruby's imagination. Oh, okay. Thanks for the information.
Uh-huh.
There's thwomp, thwip, whip. Yes.
Man, his neck
Stop
is
there, my
just.
almost
I think the neck being long is an artist's choice. Like he purposely make like, yeah, this guy has
I
a long neck. It's
I
gonna be a thing.
I doubt that.
Oh my
That
God.
would seem like an extremely odd decision to just give him the long neck
But
just for
it
the
would be
shits and giggles.
hilarious.
It would
Yeah,
be
you're
if that was like on purpose, like I want him to have a really long neck and that like be something people comment
right.
on.
Why
That
does his
would
neck
be
kind of look like a?
that'd be
You know,
really
I'm not gonna say
funny.
it. I'm not gonna say what his neck looks like there. It looks like something I shouldn't say on stream.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
some neck gussy you got going on.
All right,
Stop
stop
there,
there,
vile
vile
monsters. Please.
monster.
And then that's the end of the episode. What? That was short.
Whoa, that's
Oh,
There
that
you,
one was
there you go.
short.
that one was
Yeah.
short.
Whoa. Very short. That was super short. All right.
So anyway, it looks like the.
So someone's coming up here with shit.
All right, final verdict. This comic's pretty good. I can't really
It's
say like it's great because romance is not my cup of tea. So it's like saying somebody that doesn't like spicy food to eat. Like, how good is this spicy food?
Yeah.
So I can't really go in depth
I
on
like
Mhm.
some,
this.
but like it's hard to find one that I really enjoy because I feel like some of the romance is forced too much, and it just feels like that's all they focus on. I like it when there's like a mixture. I guess I like comedy romance where it's like not so forced. It just kind of develops over time, but not like this like jumps right into it and they're he has a thing for him and he has a thing, but they won't talk to each other. And it's just frustrating thing through the entire comic. I actually don't like that part.
Mhm.
A lot of love drama ones are like that, and it just irritates me. It's like just tell me how you fucking feel. Sorry,
Mhm.
that's
I'm
fictional
much
though.
more of a romance enjoyer when it's a subplot or
Mhm.
there's some other plot that's like overtaking it and they kind of develop the romance naturally. But I mean, I
Yeah.
do dabble in like romance occasionally, but I enjoy it more when it's a subplot. But I mean, I think for what this premise is, I think it's cute. Like you know, it's a boy and a girl who well, the girl gets bullied and the boy stands up for her. Like it's a simple plot, but it's cute.
Yeah,
So
it's a
I don't
boy
think
and a
it's
Sure.
a
girl,
terrible
and the
premise.
girl is extra horny. What of it?
Yeah, she's too horny because she's got two horns.
she's too. She's
Yes,
double the horny.
it's double. And by that means you could say I'm horny.
You're the horniest of all of us. It's a problem.
Yes, it seems
You should
so.
get that checked
Yes,
out.
they're actually handlebars, as I'm told.
Oh my god,
Let's
that's even worse.
there. Let's dial it down. These are high schoolers. Let's dial it down, fellas.
Yeah, there are
I'm pretty
children
sure
present.
I'm pretty sure everyone here is an adult. Let's chill, please. Um,
Speak no more.
it's yeah, I mean, like I'm kind of with y'all. I'm not a big romance reader. I enjoy romance and stories when it enhances like what's already there. Um, but but yeah, like romance just isn't my thing. So
I will give this
Mhm.
story points that they've they don't have to like build up the romance. It's not like guy likes girl, or girl likes guy, girl does not know how to tell guy he likes her, and like it
isn't that
takes
what
like
this is?
no, it takes like 10 episodes for like the guy or girl to like confess their love. No, they're
I
already
think that's
like
10
exactly
is
what this is.
generous. 10 is very
what?
No,
generous.
Yeah,
this is
that's very
it
generous.
says it literally says in the synopsis it's a slow burn romance. So I think exactly what you're describing is what's going to happen, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's going to take way longer than 10 episodes, I imagine, for them to actually like end up, you know, getting into something.
yeah. A lot
Mhm.
of those
No, but I would
romance anime
imagine that they
are
both know they
awesome.
like each other. They just like don't know that they love each other or something.
Uh,
Yeah,
sure.
it'll happen. They'll just do that
I
accidental
think it's
almost
mostly
story.
from her perspective though, because even from the synopsis, it poses the question of does Nathan feel the same way? So I think he's like the oblivious sort of childhood friend, and she's the one like
He's the
where the story
self-insert boy.
I
Yeah,
think she's the one with like the story follows her POV mostly
Yeah,
and her
probably.
feelings for him.
So final
yeah.
verdict: demonic love.
Uh,
You
Not
can
too bad.
it,
not too
it's
bad.
neat. I think the biggest thing for me is that the because it follows a really simple story. I haven't read it all, so I correct me if I'm wrong, but I doubt there's going to be super complex interweaving storylines that's going to hold most of like I feel like the bread and butter of the story is going to be the romance. Um and I guess the romance I feel is kind of just she has a crush on him and it's going to be a will they won't they type of thing, which
Yeah.
is fine. Objectively, I guess I just don't find it particularly interesting as like a through line plot.
Yeah, we're
I
like,
feel like
basically
But
we're not romance enjoyers. We read it when it's there, but
I think it
sure,
would be
it's
better
not
if
something we
like
actively seek out.
I think it would be better if she like confessed and then, they got together and then the whole like weirdness of like having to meet the demon parents or maybe even go into the demon world and all that crazy shit that happens. I
Oh my
think that
God.
would
Speaking
actually
of that,
make the
I was
story
just
way more
thinking like
interesting.
that the store is probably gonna have like the cliches of like my parents are actually the Demon King, and my
Yeah,
kid is an
and then like
ambassador of the demon realm.
the demon king wants to kill him and he has to avoid like
yeah.
all the crap that comes with
I
that. That would make it pretty interesting, I think.
yeah, I guess for me it would have been like kind of what Kalmea was saying is just like I feel like if they focused on a different aspect of the story and just had their relationship kind of develop throughout, but having the aspect of her being a demon, that being the whole focal point would have
Mm-hmm.
made it more interesting for me because I I don't know like the writing has to be like crazy strong for me to get super invested in the story purely for two characters' romantic interest in one another.
Right.
Like it's got to be airtight and like something interesting and new about it. But I guess if you're a sucker for romance, then this will probably do it for
Well,
you.
all right. Let's be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Like we're different. We're built different here. Most people that read webcomics are down bad. That's why That's why in webtoon the most popular thing is romance. Like
Oh, yeah, yeah, they're thirsty.
we can't
They're very
really
thirsty.
like get away from it. So this has probably become very popular if it gets to the right
Oh,
crowd.
I'm sure I'm sure stuff like this is wonderful for all the gooners out there who are touch starved and they would love their own a demon
They would
girlfriend
love
of
for
their
their
own.
senpai to notice them.
Oh man, you should literally call
Absolutely.
it Goon Tune at this point. And
Yeah.
it used to be all like shonen and action comics, and it switched to like romance. But that's just
Mm-hmm.
the paradigm of like the population interest shifting over time on here. But yeah, I mean, what's popular on here is a lot of adult romance stuff, and I almost feel like they should really just re-platform it to Goon Tune because that's what it is.
Yeah.
I
I
think
think it's
there's
safe.
Oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
sorry. I was just gonna say, I think it's safe to say most of us are not the target audience here, but
Definitely not.
for what it is, it's
We
not
are
bad.
all elevated beings.
It's something.
We're not
I
Yeah.
commissioners to
wouldn't say
rule.
that. I
Yeah,
might
I'm
say
like
that. I love me a I
I
like romance sometimes,
I'm
but
like
nah,
toilet humor.
it
I'm
just
not very
depends.
elevated. I'm very
I think I'm just better than everyone else. Like
there. You
Oh, I
oh,
definitely think I'm better than everyone else.
go.
I have an ego, and you cannot take that away from me.
I got the
I
ego.
I agree with the chatter that said romance doesn't need a strong plot for it to be popular. That is true.
It just needs
I
hot
don't
people.
Hmm.
It really
it
doesn't.
it
Yeah.
just needs the characters to be hot and they will flock to it.
And
Um
lots of
Hmm.
sexual frustration
Well,
happening all the
and that go ahead.
romance in a way is it's sort of a fantasy fulfillment for most people. So, they don't really need most people don't really need a plot as long as
Sure.
they got some decent characters and can insert themselves in a way, then
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
most
it
people
is.
find it
Which is
way.
which is why my favorite romances are the like you said the subplot ones like
Mhm.
um man I was rooting the hell out of it like I don't know if anyone's watched Arcane um
Oh, I
but
watched it.
I was rooting for Caitlyn and Vi throughout season 1 and then season 2 happened but that's a more of a hot take so it doesn't matter.
Right.
Hated that second season. Hated it.
I mean, I thought it was all right.
I did not enjoy it.
Mm.
Yeah, I think
But we're
the
not
I
here
think
to
I think the whole
talk about Arcane.
yeah I think the whole travel thing was
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
nuts. But moving on, continuing on.
Don't get me started on the multiverse shit. Let's move on. Let's keep stay on
let's
topic because
let's keep going, or else stay on target.
yeah,
Yeah,
Stay on target.
yeah,
please,
because I can only stay for maybe another half hour.
you're good.
Oh, that's all right.
Go,
We're
go.
almost done here anyway. Things getting
Do we?
All right, I did link the other one that I was interested in. Yeah, I guess you guys haven't reviewed that. I love the paneling in this one. You'll see.
The
Oh
changeling one.
yeah,
Okay.
oh my God, that really caught my eye. I love their paneling so much.
Oh, let's have a look at it since you got to bounce in a half an hour.
This
Well,
artist is also the author of another pretty popular Canvas webtoon too, so they've got a lot of, I'd say, experience. Their art's really nice as well.
which artist? You saying the romance one or the changeling one?
Or no, the Changeling one.
Oh, let's
Yeah,
see. Let's have a look at it. Oh, yeah, the nice
yeah, they do.
art looks really good.
Yeah, it's
Hmm.
pretty good. They did a good usage
Well,
of the
I'm gonna
3D
have to
models.
say that you guys are gonna have
Shading.
to do this one without me because I'm going to have to dip out.
All right.
Oh,
All right,
Yeah,
that's
I'll
cool,
have to
man.
dip out
We'll
after
see
this
you
one.
next time.
hello?
The
Am I
oh.
sorry? Screwing up again. I just want to say, you guys are gonna have to tackle this last one without me. I am going to have to dip out.
Oh, that's cool, man.
All right.
All right.
We will see
Yeah.
you next time. We'll be doing this again next week if you want to join us again.
All right. Actually, I won't be able to. I will be deep in the mountains away from everything and everyone for vacation.
Oh,
So,
Hell yeah.
Ideal,
yeah.
honestly.
Yeah,
Heck
absolutely.
yeah.
I'll still be drawing and working on my comic, but I just won't be talking to anyone.
Enjoy that
all right
unplug.
then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll be
absolutely.
trying to doing
Yeah.
this like every Saturday night, seeing if
Okay.
we can like get some new comics and like look at some cool stuff.
Sure.
Mhm.
That'll be
But
good.
yeah,
Thank you for
oh,
being
go
here,
ahead.
dude.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me. Since I had you on my podcast, now I guess it was my turn to come to yours.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All
So,
right.
yeah. But again, thank you guys for having me. It was a pleasure talking to you and playing all these characters, um, and reading through them. So, yeah. Bye bye. Enjoy
See
yourselves.
See ya.
ya.
Bye. Enjoy the mountains.
All right,
Oh,
we'll do make this be the last one then. I think it's also getting late, pretty late for you guys.
Yeah.
yeah. My wife's giving me the side eye.
I know my family's like, you're gone, you've disappeared. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'm busy.
I'm reading
All right.
comics.
This is important stuff, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Notes on the changeling. Good thing this one's only one chapter as well.
Oh,
Yeah,
do
there's
we
only
want to
one.
read the synopsis?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Forgot
Oh,
about
yeah,
that.
yeah. Let me get that. I got to do that one. Okay.
I did too.
Notes on a changeling. Let's see. What's worse than having a stalker? Having a stalker only you can see. Charlotte's life has been spiraling out of control ever since a strange figure started following her. And with her friends and family slowly distancing themselves from her, she begins to doubt her own sanity too. Delusion or not, the gloomy figure is gradually inching closer by the day, and it knows she can see it too. There we go.
Ooh,
Ominous.
that's so fun. It's mysterious. I love it.
Yeah. It's your friend.
Caw,
All right.
I don't
caw.
I don't read horror ones that
I want
much,
the
so I'm
crows in the
intrigued.
back. Yeah.
Dash.
What are you doing? Why are you up on that anyway? Ha, ha, slide. Bang. Oh, that was gonna be Baka. Bang.
Caw,
Bang.
caw,
Oh,
caw,
they're
caw.
banging the bang. Oh, bang. Woo. Whether or not this thing is real and out to get me, or if it's all in my head. Rip.
Rip.
I'm about to find out now. Lipstick. Black. There are still leftovers in the fridge. Cat. That's a sound effect for putting on shoes.
Good morning, Marin. Haven't heard from
Said,
you in a while. How are you?
Oh, hello. Sorry, I have to go to
Say, your daughter. Is she still sleeping? I hardly seen her in the last 2 years. Alberta said she doesn't even go to school anymore. I'm worried. Gosh.
Grandma's too old to be out here complaining.
My
She
friend's
sounds one foot in the grave.
My friend's grandson's the same way. Sleeps all day and just plays video games all night, living off the backs of his parents with no job and no education. But can you believe it? And he used to be such a bright child. What do you call it again? A neat? No.
My daughter's situation is none of your business. Bang.
Dang.
Man, she knows what neat means. This grandma's cultured.
How about you put your attention towards your husband and where he's going every other night? Ooh,
Yeah.
snap. Have a nice day.
Oh man.
I was only showing concern, Alberta. All right? Oh, I remember. Neat.
Lamb. Aw, cute little
Oh, yeah.
pictures.
Okay, so from what I understand, this is like a German lore thing. So the titles under there, I don't know, Schlubber Flabber Flush. I don't know how to pronounce that. Full tag, Fototag, Kindergarten, and Schlub Schlush. I assume those are German words.
Yeah.
Probably, or just
Sounds about right.
Or somebody that has dyslexia and they're writing like just gibberish.
At first, I thought it was AI. I was like, "Is that AI?" I was like, "Oh, it's German. Never mind."
Lottie, are you awake yet? Knock knock.
Snap.
Sleep.
Sleeps all
Oh, this is
day.
Grandma.
Sleeps all day, just playing video games all night. Take a nap, no education.
If you don't have anything better to do. Oh, Grandma's back. If you don't have anything better to do than sleep all day, you can at least do the shopping. I'll send you the list later. Flag.
Mom, please don't do this to me. I can't.
Then I guess there'll be no dinner tonight.
Mom. Slam.
I can't do this anymore. I'm going to be late.
A few minutes later.
I think it's earlier, yeah.
Close enough.
Too fast.
Time is
A
relative.
few moments earlier. There. Oh, do I need to read the little message? Alright, almost done. Just a few more quick concept sketches.
You can do it when I come over. I'll go with you to hand it in personally, and then we wait.
Hope they take me. Oh, wait. Oh, it's a smiley. Concept sketches. Oh, knock knock. Is it that late already? I didn't sleep at all.
You can't be serious. If you don't have anything better to do than sleep all day, you can at least do the shopping. I'll send you the list later.
Huh? Mom, please don't do this to me. I can't. Then I. Oh.
Then I guess there'll be no dinner tonight.
I didn't replay that part. That was weird.
Is they're showing it from her perspective?
I think it's showing from
I guess so, yeah.
yeah. His perspective?
What's that her off?
Is her? I don't know.
I think it's supposed to be a her.
It's a her?
Very masculine her, yeah.
It's a very, very
her.
masculine her.
A non-binary character, probably.
Maybe that's why it's a changeling, because the changeling was inside us all along.
Oh!
We're all the changelings.
Is that nosy neighbor talk lady talk shit again? I almost said talk lady shit again.
It's a very specific kind of shit.
Maybe I should ask Isla to come with me. Hi, my mom wants me to buy groceries. Would you come with me? This is pathetic. Deletes, tap. And she looks very feminine there.
Yeah, it does look feminine there, but like the frame looks.
I know. I think it's just a very non-binary character. It's kind of like trying to do both. My mom is reaching her limit, and Isla is probably fed up with me now as well.
I think also like it doesn't help that none of us know German, so we don't know if latte is a male or a female name.
Uh,
Mm.
the supermarket is 5 kilometers from my house. If I run, no, it will be faster if I take my bike. The market will be bustling with people. I can do this. I haven't seen him around the last days. Suck it, Granny. I'm not a neat rattle. Stare.
Oh,
There's your
Are you
girlfriend.
sure?
Or the other guy. But he said he's not around. Is that supposed to be a dude?
most likely a pretty man,
Yeah, it
Oh
looks.
yeah,
a
it's
very
pretty
pretty
boy.
man.
It's a musician.
It's like
I
I'm
love
in
this
your
transition right here.
walls.
I actually this is the part that really caught my eye is this transition when you slowly scroll through. I was like, oh, that was kind of nice. I like that the way they did that because I was looking at kind of sideways at first on my phone, and it just looked really cool. Don't look him in the eye. Bite. Oh, she's getting. If he thinks I can't see him, maybe he'll leave me alone. Tremble, creak, flip, bite, drip, drop, sniff, hick sniff. That's a hick sniff.
Can't
I
take.
can't take this anymore. And then that was the end of the episode. So I'm interesting
Beautiful.
to see where that goes though. But it did the paneling on this really caught my eye. The beginning was beautiful. The artwork was pretty nice. The background art's really good. I know they're using a lot of models, but the painting on the models still counts to me because I know what kind of work goes into that. You don't just get that kind of effect
The one thing
with
I'm
just
very jealous
turning
is
a
how
light
they easily integrate the 3D in their style and doesn't look like doesn't
on. Right? It's
clash
not
with
jarring at
anything.
all. Yeah, they did such a good job making. I think what they did is they like rendered the line art and then did like a blur and some painting effects over it to like really blend it in. And they did such an amazing job with that. I was really admiring that.
Yeah,
I feel
Hmm.
definitely.
like some of the I feel like some of the body proportions could use some work, especially in the mom. She seems her and even the character like the bodies still feel a little off. Like everything else about this is just amazingly done well, but the bodies feel a little off. I'm not sure how to put it. Like the panel where she's talking to the grandma. They look
It's
like teenagers, but their heads are
sh-
too big on these
yeah,
broad
I think they
shoulders.
just have very big heads compared to their
I would
bodies.
I would actually say something
Yeah,
different. I think this is like I don't know if it's you if you guys have seen this before, but artists that like start their art journey by like drawing anime art and not realistic art. It usually like takes them a while to like get the proportions of the body right in their art. I think this is
yeah.
like one of those cases as well. The person
I
like
started with Marvel and integrated into anime.
I know, but like if like it's something that I've seen before that like people that like start like drawing like Marvel or anime or anything
Yeah.
that's not like realism, it takes them a bit longer
Right.
to like get the
Yeah.
proportions in like those like
Oh
really like
yeah.
weird in those like really weird positions that like you usually don't
I've
draw
done it too.
people in.
I've done it too. I'm just and
So I
it's been
would
a
say
long
it's
time
that like
since
cuz it gets like most of their
Mhm.
like art looks really good, but then there's like just like one or two like panels where like the head looks a little bit bigger than normally, or
yeah.
maybe the like the arms are a little bit too long. But
I
this
also
is like
think part of it's the neck, like just the position of the head on the
yeah,
neck just
the
isn't quite
position of
right
the
in
head and
some
the
of
neck
them.
definitely as well.
A little
Hmm.
too you know,
But
yeah,
all in all,
pushed to one.
the story seems really nice, and
Yeah, it
I've
caught
actually
my
read a
interest.
few horror comics before. They usually like go down, like when they go down hard, they go down hard. Like the horror
I feel
aspect
like
is
this had
like
good
very interesting
flow.
to see.
Hmm.
I feel like this had really good flow and like the flow of the comic, the story progression. It's a little slow, but it's a good in a good way. It's like progressing to where there's not like a lot of like useless uh, paneling happening and just things like going too slow or over emphasizing or over explaining things. I really hate when I like read a comic and there's like 5 speech bubbles of just like these paragraphs of shit. I can't do it. Like I will close a comic because of that. Like if that's I understand there's parts where people have to explain stuff, but if they don't break it up enough and it just looks like I'm reading a book and not a comic, I actually put it down.
Oh yeah, something
Mhm.
I've
And
also
I'm
like
glad people do that.
is that like they start the story like in the action already, so like like this is gonna happen, and then we're gonna see like we see like everything that builds up to it, but we're like seeing like we already have the promise that cool stuff is going to happen, and we're going to get
Yeah.
there, but it's promised it's gonna have we're gonna get there, guys.
Mhm.
Trust me.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
do the
Well, they,
same thing in my own entry where it's like you kind of get a little bit of a flash forward to see, okay, this is where you're gonna end up. Now let's see how they get there, type of thing, which I think is really really fun.
Yeah, it's always fun to see
I also
that.
uh, I also don't like to see when people like dump their entire lore into the first episode. Like they explain the entire like world lore history, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
we talked about
okay,
that
yeah,
earlier.
Yeah, we definitely said that. Like
I know, yeah,
we
yeah.
don't like Star Wars scrollers where it's like in the
Oh
beginning.
Yeah,
my god,
yeah,
it's just like
expedition dumps.
you can feed it to me in small pieces because like I try to imagine when I'm writing a story like the audience is the same as like the character being thrown into it. They don't know like they only know what they're gonna see and experience. So that's how you learn it through the
Mhm.
experience of just going through it. And slowly the pieces start to fit together. But when you lore dump the whole damn thing in one go, it's like nah.
Mhm.
This is
Well, it's like
that
we
doesn't
don't care yet, you know? Like the first episode, like I don't care about any of these characters. I don't care about your world yet. I don't care about anything. I don't really want to know all this information. Give that to me later when I'm invested and like I actually care. That's kind of how I think
Yeah,
about
in the
it.
make it
beginning,
like
you
a
have to make
side
the
thing.
audience ask questions, because if they ask
Mhm.
questions,
Yes.
they're gonna want to know the answer for it later. Like in this one's like,
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
why is there a homeless guy coming after this person? Why
Yeah.
are
Then it
they in a
goes a lot.
construction site? Why do they say only
Right?
they
Exactly.
can see it? So it's like these kind of
Yeah. I
questions is what makes audience become interested in the story.
right. Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why I actually intentionally leave my plots like plot holes and don't explain a lot. Leave it so vague to where people are asking questions, and that gives me the flexibility to do whatever the hell I want instead of constricting myself to this world lore that I've built, and I have to constrain myself in this little box I've created for myself. And I think a lot of writers and creators come into that and they build this world building lore, but then they're stuck in that box because they over explained and over constrained everything, and it
Mhm.
limits them. And I feel like it's a bad idea. You should just keep it open, keep it up in the air. Don't put it in the comic yet because it might change. You might think of something cooler down the road. You're like, God, I wish I did that, but I already screwed up by dumping my whole lore at the beginning of the comic. You
Mhm. And
know?
what
Yeah,
a lot of people don't quite understand is that a lot of what gets a lot of readers engaged is a mystery. Like, if you tell
Yeah.
them all about everything in your world right at the beginning, there's nothing left for them to ask questions about or wonder
Right.
about or, like be hypothetical about. So it takes away a lot of that engagement from them as well.
Yes. That
yeah. Oh, Huff, I
suspense and
can
that mystery
definitely
is
say I
priceless.
do the same thing in my stories. Like I don't explain
Yeah.
things because I'm like I'll I can think of something. I have a general idea of it now, but I can definitely think of something really
Yeah.
cool later, and I don't want to
Yeah.
shackle myself yet.
That's what I do. Yeah, I'm kind of like the seat of the pants type creator. You know? I just go with like I don't even know what's going to happen in my next episode. I have a general idea of the plot and the direction I need to go, but I have no idea how the characters are going to get there until I sit down and start drawing the storyboard. I don't even write. I literally I literally just imagine the story happening in like a music video in my head.
Oh,
Just
you're the mad
the whole
lad.
thing.
You're even
Yeah, yeah,
crazier than me because I have at least
Yeah.
a general idea of like all my chapters, like written in like schizophrenic way in like a word document, but they're still written down somewhere.
Oh, I used to do that. Oh, I used to do that. My last comic, I did that. I had like almost 1,000 pages written, and then my computer fried, and I didn't have a backup, and I just
Oh,
lost everything.
Oh
that sucks.
no.
Yeah. Oh, so
Uh,
I
No,
said
but
never again. I'm not
no,
writing
I'm
ever
telling you,
again. So I don't.
my stories are not written like detailed. They're like written like. Do you know that meme picture of the person that's crazy and you just have like a random words like with strings? That's how I write
Yeah, yeah.
stories. I like write like cool thing,
Oh, man.
and then maybe other cool thing that's connected to third cool thing that happens, and maybe I'll put an explanation in the middle of what's going
Yeah,
on.
yeah. What is that called? That's a mind chart. What is that called? That's a I forget what that's called. It was like a mind chart. Yeah, I think it's a Mind map. That's what it's called.
I don't know
Yeah, those
what's
are mind
I don't know what it's
map.
called, but that's the only way that I can function.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what it's called. It's called a mind map. You basically, like here. I'll picture what a mind map looks like in the Discord here. Like basically shit like this. It's sending. Hold on. That like just a spread out like bubbles
Oh
interconnecting
yeah, yeah,
things.
that's
Mhm.
how I
Fucking
do it.
Charlie from Sun. It's
Oh.
always sunny with his conspiracy theory board kind of
Yeah, that is definitely
Mhm.
how I write stories because I cannot
Okay,
like
well that's
write anything down in an orderly fashion.
yeah. And I
Mhm.
tried doing the scripting like storyboard way, and after I lost like everything on my computer, I was just like, I'm just gonna keep it in my head, and I'm just gonna go with the flow. I'm just gonna be very zen about it, and just I don't know what happens. I just know that here's point A at the beginning of the episode. Here's point B where I want to be at the end of the episode. But the in between, I don't know until I sit down and draw it. And I just go with the flow, and it works out. And it's been working out for me ever since I started this comic.
Oh, I
So I'm
can't
just
do
gonna keep
that.
going now because I know a lot
I
of people
can't. If
can't.
I do that, then I will get like 200 panels in one episode if I try to do that. I have to like write out everything so I can limit myself, or else I will be stuck on like one plot point for like two hours. It's terrible.
Ye-
But uh, also in the stream chat, somebody said that they need the context as a reader. I'm assuming they mean like in terms of like exposition, which I think is interesting because I agree I also need context, but I also think there's a difference between giving like information that's needed versus just exposition dumps where you're like in the
Yeah.
beginning the world was made by three gods and they hated each other and then they fought and one died and then the other one resurrected the other one and now they live together in harmony and now there's this random character here like I don't really need all that information, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I actually saw like this really cool documentary talking about storytelling where they said like the thing that stuck out is that you have to make the audience feel like they know everything they need to know about the story and not that
Mhm.
Yeah.
they but not everything that you know. Like you can't info dump everything that you know about the story, but you can inform them everything this audience needs to know to understand it.
Mhm.
And it's like the iceberg thing, like like let's say the audience see like what's sticking out of the water, but you see everything that's beneath. Like that's what you have to do for a story to work. Like you can't put everything that you have come up in your head about the story. Like you can't write like a good example that they said is like you can't write a story about a hero going on an adventure, but you also have to explain the intricate studies of how the government in the store in the story how they work and who's the king and what their beliefs are if it's never going to be relevant for the person for the audience
Yeah.
to
Mhm.
read. You have to have
Yeah.
There's a
everything that they need to
uh,
know, they know. If they need to know that the king is like having an affair with his wife, it's because it's going to be let's say relevant in the story at some point. If it's not going to be relevant, you don't need to tell them.
one of
Mhm.
the most popular seat of the pants writers out there is Stephen King and George R. R. Martin. They do it the same way I do. They just they just
Yeah.
go. They don't
Yeah.
plan anything. So I
Yeah.
mean, it works. It works for some people. It doesn't work for everybody. I mean, because everybody's brain's wired
Yeah,
differently.
it
So
depends on like some people can pull it off, but some people can't, and
yeah,
we're just going with what most people don't. Most people can
yeah,
do. Like
Mhm.
yeah. But if you withhold too much information in a story, then to the point where the reader starts feeling lost and doesn't even understand what's going on, because I've read a few and shit's just happening and that's so much and there's just lack of information. I get so lost. I put the thing down because I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Like it's just a bunch of clusterfuck of
yeah,
shit.
it's like the
And
reader
it's okay.
has to ask questions, but he can't ask too many questions, because it's like if he's asking too many questions, because he's starting to see some sort of inconsistency. Like this does not
Mhm.
make
Yeah,
sense. Why is this
I'm getting to the
Yep.
point
happening?
where I'm asking. I'm getting to the place where I want to ask questions, but the question I want to ask is what is it I need to know to ask a question because I don't even
Yeah,
know anymore what this
when
is
it
about.
becomes too confusing, that's when the reader puts the book down, and you don't want that to
Yeah,
happen.
that's
Yeah.
generally what's happened a few times. I either get too much information, like information overload, or so little that it just becomes so confusing I can't even follow along anymore. and then they start introducing like too many characters too quickly. That's another pet peeve of mine. Like I don't mind if there's a lot of characters, but if you just go back to back to back to back to back, like there's like one or two every episode. That's crazy. That's too many. Like you're not even watching a story anymore. You're just interviewing random people.
Yeah. So let's close
Oh,
out
that's
for
funny.
today. Final verdict.
All
Notes
right.
on Changeling. Pretty good.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
I
curious
like
to
it.
see where this one goes. I like this
We'll
one.
Mhm.
read later when more episodes come
Yeah.
out. And
Also, funny side note, you know how we were reading Ghostwriter earlier? They
oh
just
yeah.
updated their third episode. Like
What?
I just barely saw it.
Wow.
Oh wow.
That's
Like,
something.
what are the odds?
That's something I will have to
Yeah.
definitely read later, with the
I know, I'm
thesaurus.
gonna
Yeah.
too.
Definitely with the thesaurus or the dictionary, because
Yeah.
some of the words they're using there are just too big. They're too adult for me, for my little kid brain. So anyway, we're done with the first episode of our little peanut gallery podcast. Did everyone have fun?
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
Yes,
was fun.
I
All right.
enjoyed.
We will be
I
doing
enjoyed
this
reading
again next week, same time, same day.
that. All right.
So if you guys want to catch up some, we finding some more cool comics to share with you guys, be sure to visit us over here. So
Oh,
Yes.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah, we got some
All
good
right.
ones
got
this
some
time,
good
I think.
ones.
Yeah, I got
Yeah.
a couple more I wanted to review actually. So if I can swing in next week, if my stream doesn't go too long, I'll pop in.
All right.
Mhm.
No,
For sure.
for sure. Maybe we'll have some different people showing up next week. Who knows? We have like a big peanut gallery. And we're
All right.
done.